Item number 8 is to amend recommendation number 2 to read, transfer $65,000 from budget fiscal year 2007, fund number 550/12, account number 12A304, consumer protection penalty, to fund number 100/12, account number 009301 in fiscal year 2024 to 2025 for the partial funding of this work.
Good morning, my neighbors! Hey, fuck you! Yes! Yes! Fuck you too!
What's up, dirty dog?
What up, everybody?
I will move that amendment,
Here we are.
seconded by Mr. McCosker. So what's available now? Oh, I'm sorry. Those
Perfect
items,
time.
members, are now before us. Do any
good to
members
see
have items
everybody.
that you would like to call special?
Tis
Councilmember
alive.
Thank you,
Tis
Mr. President. I'd
Friday.
like to accuse myself from item 10 because my wife's employer has worked on this project before.
Okay,
Item
very
10.
good. So we will hold item 10 on the desk for purposes of Mr.
Thank you.
Price's recusal.
And he
Any other
recuses
specials,
himself out of
members?
everything. Shady Grady over there. Shout out to you, Shady Grady.
Any specials on my left, specials on my right. All right. Then, Mr. Clerk, what is available for us now to vote on?
What's up, Laguna? What's up, Mo?
The council may now vote on items 1 through 8.
fan, blushing.
All right. Those items are now before us. Let's open the
What
roll,
up, Kiefer? Christina?
close the roll, and tabulate the votes.
Ian, thank you so much for the
12
dono,
ayes.
Ian, let's go.
And
Morning,
Mr.
Ian.
President, there is a request to send items 3 through 9 forthwith, but item 9 is still on the desk.
Okay. So, as for the others, without objection, they will be sent forthwith. All right. What's next, Mr. Clerk?
I believe the council may move on to presentations or...
Well, we have closed session matters.
Yes,
So
the closed session matter.
Let's refer to Councilmember Blumenfield, the chair of our Budget, Finance, and Innovation
Closed
Committee,
session
for
matters.
recommendations on our closed session items.
Sure. Items 12 through 19 were heard in closed session in Budget Committee. I think we can deal with them here in open session. Recommend approval.
Very good. If we can go ahead and read in the
So,
recommendations
Center?
of the city attorney,
So,
and we'll go
Francine?
ahead and vote on those unless
Terry?
members have questions or concerns that need to be considered in closed
Hi,
session.
Turbo.
In the case entitled Nathan Rocky Glover versus the City of Los Angeles et al., there is a recommendation to expend up to $2,250,000
Hi,
in
Lisa.
settlement. Item 13, in the case entitled Christian Pineda versus the City of Los Angeles et al., there is a recommendation to expend up to $1,206,712.09, plus applicable interest in settlement. Item 14, in the case entitled Ali Pormola versus the City of Los Angeles, there is a recommendation to expend up to $200,000 in settlement. Item 15, in the case entitled Alex Aguilar Jr. et al. Versus the City of Los Angeles et al., there is a recommendation to expend up to $5,780,000 in settlement. Item 16, in the
$5
case
million in
entitled
settlement?
Argelia Alvarado et al. Versus the City of Los Angeles, there is a recommendation to expend up to $7,500,000 in settlement. Item 17, in the case entitled Farron
12
James
million
versus
right
the
there.
City of Los Angeles et al., there is a recommendation to expend up to $500,000 in settlement. Item 18, in the case entitled Zishan H. Khan et al. Versus the City of Los Angeles et al., there's a recommendation to expend up to $250,000 in settlement. Item 19, in the case entitled Becca Stant versus the City of Los Angeles et al., there's a recommendation to expend up to $1 million in settlement.
All right, those items are now before us. Mr. De Leon, did you wish to be heard on the closed session items? Okay, very good. If there's no members wishing to be heard on any of the closed session items, we can go ahead and vote on those now. They are collectively before
cab
us.
butt
Let's
cab.
open the roll.
Terry,
Close
thank you
the
so
roll and
much. Happy
tabulate the
Friday,
votes.
Terry. Thank you for the dono.
12 ayes.
And Mr. President,
Thanks,
there's a
Terry.
request to send items 12 through 19 forthwith.
Without objection, that'll be the order. Now, if we can go next to item number 9, I think it was only being held for a separate vote.
You guys wonder,
So,
why don't they just, cops
if
run
there's
in there
no
and just,
objection
in
to that,
my
we can take
state, they
that
pit
item
them at
now,
157
item
miles
up.
an hour.
Item 9 is now before us. Do any members wish to be
That's
heard?
why.
Seeing
Constant
none,
lawsuits
let's open
left
the
and
roll.
right. There's people that, look, lawyers
Close
know
the roll
how
and
much
tabulate
money
the votes.
the
11
City
ayes, 1
Council
no.
has.
All right, and
Okay,
there was
when
a
it comes
request
to
to send
budget.
that matter forthwith.
And they also
And
know
without
that they'll just
objection,
come at
that
you.
will be the order.
And they'll do their best to just
We can
haggle
now,
with you and
I
then
think,
settle.
move on
So it doesn't get that
to
far.
our first
Because they've lost so
presentation
much. That's
of
why
the
we don't
day.
have the grapplers. That's why we don't have a whole lot
But
of shit.
before we
in some
do,
senses.
I'm going to recognize Mr. De Leon for a very important announcement. Mr. De
Thank
Leon.
you very much, Mr. President,
Sucks,
as
kid.
well
Just
as
make sure you're,
colleagues. We have
click
some
to
wonderful
all
presentations today
notifications.
from several of our members here today. But before we get to the presentations, I just wanted to quickly introduce a very honored and special guest. Today, it's my distinct honor, Mr. President, as well as colleagues and to the members of our esteemed audience, a very special guest to our chambers. We're delighted to welcome back Licenciado Armando Ayala Robles, the esteemed mayor of the city of Ensenada of the great state of Baja California. Mayor, please, yes.
He's the mayor, huh? Of Ensenada.
Mayor Ayala is an extraordinary leader and a valued friend to the city of Los Angeles. His dedication to public service and community development is in fact inspiring. From his work with the National Chamber of Commerce in Ensenada to his role as regional delegate of comprehensive development programs, he has consistently shown a deep commitment to improving the lives of those in his city. As mayor of Ensenada, Mayor Ayala has initiated programs that resonate deeply with us here in Los Angeles. His Mejorando Mi Colonia, Improving My Neighborhood program provided much needed employment during the pandemic, teaching valuable construction skills while improving their neighborhoods. His efforts to enhance Ensenada's emergency response capabilities by acquiring new ambulance trucks and supporting volunteer paramedics have also been commendable. But Mayor Ayala's impact goes way beyond Ensenada. At the 2022 Summit of Mayors in Mexico, he highlighted the strong economic ties between Ensenada and California, and acknowledging our shared cultural, educational, and environmental values. This connection is especially important to us in Los Angeles as we continue to build and strengthen our relationship with our neighboring regions. I know that Mayor Ayala is going to want to speak with, without a doubt, council member of the 1-5, that is Tim McCosker, knowing that he has the port of Los Angeles, the port of Ensenada as well, too, with exports coming in from the Pacific Rim. It is with great pride and joy that we welcome Licenciado Armando Ayala Robles to our city. Colleagues as well, too. I do want to recognize Gabriela Herrera, Directora de Turismo, who's with us here today, the Director of Tourism, Lucia Aguirre, Directora de Desarrollo Económico, the Director of Economic Development, and of course, our good friend Efraín Cantel, the Director of International Affairs as well, too. And lastly, let me add, if with your permission, Mr. President, if Mayor Ayala could just share a few words quickly. Mayor Ayala also is federal senator-elect under the Morena party. So in just a few months, he'll be assuming the position as federal senator for the whole entire state of Baja California. He'll be traveling to the nation's capital, being Mexico City. Well, he'll be serving in the legislative branch, obviously in the Senate, the upper house, with a new president, and first woman president, first Jewish president in the history of Mexico. Ladies and gentlemen, as well as colleagues, please give a warm Los Angeles welcome to our mayor of Ensenada, Mayor Ayala, Armando Ayala.
Muchas gracias a Kevin de León por la presentación y muy buenos días a todos los integrantes del concilio.
Thank you very much.
Al secretario general.
Thank you very much to Kevin de Leon, and hello to everyone, the president and all the members in the Council City meeting.
Muchas gracias nuevamente, un gusto estar aquí en Los Ángeles a nombre del municipio de Ensenada. Queremos agradecer la cooperación de Los Ángeles para el desarrollo de nuestro municipio.
Once again, thank you so much to everyone here, and we are here on behalf of the city of Ensenada, and thank you so much for always giving us the support for the Ensenada city development.
Queremos compartirles que recientemente tuvimos elecciones en México el pasado 2 de junio y por primera vez vamos a tener la primera presidenta mujer en México, la doctora Claudia Sheinbaum.
I want to share with you that recently we had presidential elections in the past June 2nd, and for the first time in our history, we're going to have a women president, Claudia Sheinberg.
El pueblo de Baja California nos apoyó en haber sido electos como senador de la República. Estaremos entrando en vigor el próximo 1 de septiembre por Baja California.
And we got the support for Baja California for the Senator Party, and we're going to start on September 1st.
Decirles al Concilio de Los Ángeles y al más de 1 millón de hispanos que viven en esta ciudad que tenemos importantes desafíos.
And we want to share with the City Council of LA and many of the citizens here in the States that we have many things, conflicts coming in front of us.
En materia de seguridad, medio ambiente, migración, educación y movilidad, pero el compromiso de la doctora va a ser a través de la comunicación y la cooperación, asuntos que estaremos atendiendo desde el Senado de la República.
Such as security, immigration, education, mobility, but the doctor's compromise is going to be working through communication and cooperation.
Agradecemos enormemente al Condado de Los Ángeles por el apoyo que nos ha brindado el municipio de Ensenada durante 5 años en la donación de equipos para mejorar los servicios públicos y la calidad de vida de los baja californianos.
We want to thank you very much to LA County for always supporting us, for the support that it's been giving us for the last 5 years, providing us with equipment to be able to improve our public services.
Agradecer a Kevin de León el espacio que me brinda para dirigirme a ustedes, a los hispanos que viven aquí en una de las ciudades más grandes del mundo después de la Ciudad de México, y reconocer el trabajo de Karen Bass, alcaldesa de Los Ángeles, por el apoyo brindado al municipio de Ensenada a través del concilio. Muchas gracias.
I want to thank you one more time to Kevin De Leon for all the support for all the Hispanic people here living in one of the biggest cities in besides Mexico City. And also I want to thank the Mayor Bass for always giving us the support that we need.
Felicidades a todos y que viva Los Ángeles, que viva México.
Congratulations to everyone. Viva Los Angeles, viva Mexico.
Mexico used to be really fun, because it wasn't dangerous. You could go get fireworks, have fun. Food's great. Everything is relatively cheap.
With that, we're
you didn't have to bring a whole lot of money. You could have fun.
First presentation, so I'd like to recognize Councilmember Soto Martinez.
I couldn't tell you what it's like now. I've been there
for
a long
very
time.
important presentation. Sir, you have the floor.
It is quite dangerous, even right at the
Council
border
President.
towns.
We have to both learn some Tagalog since you're showing off your Spanish.
Tagalog, they got the Filipinos in there?
So thank you so much, Council President and colleagues. To begin, I'd like to invite everyone in the chamber to rise and welcome Sharon Rose Orozco and Michael Zuniga to sing the Philippine National Anthem.
I don't know if I've ever heard the Filipino national anthem.
Payang mag-ibig, perlas ng silangan,
higher guy.
alab ng puso,
sound guy is
sa
great.
dibdib mo'y buhay,
No, Steven, I took it off because
duyan ka ng
after we saw the guy shot, they went back over the body and he was completely naked and dead, and I didn't want to risk getting a suspension, seeing how I just got suspended from Twitch for almost the same thing a day or 2 ago. So, yeah. It's not worth it for one video. So that's why I say keep the notifications on. If you didn't catch it, it'll make you come in, even more so in that sense.
Lupa ng araw ng wal, hatid pagsinta, buhay langit sa
nice, Michael. Hopefully you got a nice deal. I mean, now's the time to buy off season, just before the season starts.
May mga api ang mamatay ng
I would keep the best ones and maybe sell a few back. Kind of get back some of the money that you got, maybe. I don't know. It's up to you. Keep them all. You know? He could be the next, like, Pat Mahomes, where he wins a couple Super Bowls pretty
so
quick.
Much, and good morning,
you know,
and mabuhay.
Who knows?
So I'm very proud to be joined today by so many
shirt?
Filipino city employees, dignitaries, and guests as we recognize the 126th anniversary of Philippine independence.
Oh, there's the controller, the city controller clapping in the left right there.
Even though Los Angeles is home to the largest Philippine
guy right
community
here,
outside
he's the one telling
of
us the helicopters are no
far
good.
too often the community,
all they do is
Filipino
waste
community
money.
is marginalized,
This guy
and
right here.
oftentimes their history is forgotten. I am very proud to represent historic Filipino town, but with that, it's not just
That's
the
it,
historic
David.
Filipino
You can
town
get your
that's
own.
amazing, but the organizations and the
shirts
people that
on
make it
the-
what it is.
on the
We have the
online.
Filipino Worker Center. We have SIPA,
Dab
which
and dab.
is a search to involve Filipino Americans. FACLA, which is the Filipino American Community of Los Angeles. The
Oh, you mean like
Hi-Fi
this? I need one of
Coalition,
those.
and a host
Pretty
of
cool,
other
man. I mean,
Philippine cultural
look
institutions.
how long it took to make that
And
shirt.
some really exciting news is just earlier
Hell of a
this week,
craftsmanship, man.
Lord Maynard Yera, an incredible Philippine chef in the district, won
look
the
at hers,
James
too.
Beard Award for the best chef in all of
I always think it's
California.
weird, though. Like, a Filipino ladies have those
For
weird shoulder
his
pads.
Filipino restaurant, Kuya Lord, which is in
But you
District
can tell
13. And this
a
year,
lot
just
to
to
make
top
that
it off
dress.
and make it a little bit more special, the Lotus Festival at Echo Park Lake will feature for the country of Philippines this year. So make sure to go there July 13th and 14th. I've had a wonderful time learning about the Philippine culture, having conversations with many of the titas in the district, and understanding what makes the district so special. And, you know, and when I think about what makes the Philippine culture and history so special, I think about our elders, I think about Larry Itzlang and so many other folks that have made California and Los Angeles what it is. And so today we're going to hear from a few amazing speakers that really
Takes months, I
exemplify
bet.
what it is to be Filipino here in the United States. And so without further ado, I'd like to welcome the president of LaFace, also known as the Los Angeles Filipino Association of City Employees, President Janelle Parra.
Come on, Piero. That's me. I mean, see, look at the shoulder pads.
Thank you so
just
much,
looks odd.
Council Member Hugo Soto
It
Martinez.
just looks odd to me. I'm sorry.
Council President, Council Members, Philippine Senator Risa Hontiveros.
It's almost like a Star Wars
Deputy
outfit.
Consul General, Acting Head of Post
way in the
Maria
future.
Annie Gamble. Our City Controller, Kenneth Mejia. Distinguished guest, magandang umaga po. Good morning. Thank you to the City Council for standing united with the Los Angeles Filipino Association of City Employees, its officers, members, and the 2,500 city employees as we commemorate the valor, resilience, and unwavering spirit of my beloved Philippines. 126 years ago, on June 12, 1898, our forefathers ignited the flame of freedom, marking the end of centuries of colonial rule and paving the way for Philippines, a sovereign nation. Today, we pay tribute to their sacrifices and triumphs as we continue to uphold the principles of integrity, liberty, and solidarity. The theme of this year's celebration, Pagkakaisa at Pagbangon, Unity and Resilience, resonates deeply with the Filipino spirit. Throughout history, the Philippines has faced countless of challenges, from foreign occupation to natural disasters. Yet, we Filipinos have always emerged stronger, bound together by our shared heritage and determination. As
Fuzzy.
Filipino
How
Americans,
are you?
we proudly contribute to the vibrant tapestry of the cultures here in Los Angeles.
No Pied Piper.
We enrich this
Just means
city
more votes.
with our
They
traditions,
love this shit.
values, and hard work, embodying the essence of the Filipino Bayanihan spirit, the spirit of community and cooperation.
Just virtual signaling to everybody that they
Speaking
care
of
about them, but they
community,
don't.
I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the Filipino American communities who came here today. Senator Risa Hontiveros from the Philippines, Rafi Albert, her Chief of Staff, Jaime Gayada from the Central Area Planning Commissioner, Kalayaan,
It's how they did it, the
Palad,
style.
Akbayan of North
Look at her. She's got
America,
him over there.
Friends of Echo Park,
She's kind of got him here in the blue, purple.
and of course,
Lots of people
my
have 'em. Look at the one in the
LaFace
white back there.
officers
She's got him.
who continue to do well for the City of Los Angeles employees to uplift their ranks
Only half
here
live, Don.
at the city.
It's only partially live.
As we commemorate the Philippine Independence Day today, let us reaffirm our commitment to building a
Taiji? How are
brighter
ya?
future
Happy Friday.
for the generations to come. Let us continue to work hand in hand, bridging cultures, breaking barriers, and fostering understanding and friendship among all peoples. To our Filipino brothers and sisters across the globe, and to our fellow Americans here in Los Angeles, I extend my warmest greetings on this historic occasion. May the spirit of independence continue to inspire us all to strive for excellence, justice, and equality. Mabuhay!
Mabuhay!
Thank you so much, Janelle. And next, I'd like to introduce the first Filipino American to hold any elected office here in the city of Los Angeles, our city controller, Kenneth Mejia.
Told you. There we go.
Thank you, Councilmember Soto Martinez. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Maganda umaga. Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Wrap it up. You just
And
got there, but wrap it
mabuhay. Can everyone say mabuhay?
Mabuhay.
Great. Well, thank you so much for making space today. I want to thank the Los Angeles Filipino Association of City Employees, LaFace. Thank you all so much for all the work you do for our city.
Sure
and
is,
as
Randy,
civil
like all the rest
servants,
of 'em.
Filipinos make up one of the largest shares of
Got a
the
little
Asian
fucking-
American community
what
in
was
our
it?
workforce
Alfalfa
here.
going on the back.
In
Filipino
addition, I
alfalfa.
want to thank Senator Hontiveros for being here. I want to thank the Consul General's office for being here as well to celebrate this joyous occasion. You know, being the first Filipino elected official in Los Angeles, it may come as a shock because we have the largest Filipino population outside of the Philippines here. But that just goes to show how many barriers we have to break in order to make our voices heard. 126 years ago, we weren't going to get our freedom just by waiting for our turn, and we had to fight for that freedom. And today, and in many ways, Filipinos across the globe are still making sure that they have that resilience, whether they're working under oppressive conditions or whether they're working under foreign occupation. This is a time for us to come together, to unite, to remember that us Filipinos, we're a strong people and we have so much to contribute to whether it's America or to the world. And so I'm very thankful for City Council for recognizing the 126th year of Philippine independence. And yeah, thank you. Maraming salamat po. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Controller. And next, I'd like to welcome the acting head of post from the Consulate of the Philippines, Deputy Consul General Maria Alni A. Gamble.
Magandang umaga po at mabuhay. Isang mapagpalang araw ng pagdiriwang.
Oh, we're not going to get a translator
Isang
for that.
daan at 26 na anibersaryo ng proklamasyon ng kalayaan ng Pilipinas. Good morning, and we thank you all for celebrating with us the 126th anniversary of the proclamation of the independence of the Republic of the Philippines. On behalf of the Philippine Consulate General in Los Angeles, I thank the City Council, in particular our good friend Council Member Hugo Soto Martinez, for endorsing this presentation in honor of the 126th anniversary of the Philippine Independence Proclamation. The Council's recognition of our country's most important historical event, the birth of the Philippine nation, indicates the high esteem that you hold for the approximately 2,500 LA City employees, Filipino-American employees, and the over 120,000 Filipinos residing in the City of Angels. I also thank LaFace, the Los Angeles Filipino Association of City Employees, for once again inviting the Consulate General and for giving us the honor of receiving, in your behalf, the Philippine Independence Day resolution from the City Council. We hope that this occasion will continue to inspire all of you to be the best representatives you can be of our culture. The Council's recognition is a testament to the dedication and invaluable contributions of LaFace to the City of Los Angeles. May the spirit of bayanihan continue to live on within your hearts so you can raise and lift each other, the community, and the city. As long as Filipinos stand together and be open to work with others as one community, no challenge will be insurmountable. Maraming salamat po muli at mabuhay.
Thank you so much, Deputy Consul General. And finally, I'd like to introduce a very special guest that's with us here from all the way from the Philippines. She just got in yesterday. And so for over the past years, the Senator has been a champion for mental health, LGBT rights, human rights, and so much more. I guess she's like the progressive in Philippines, so we're very happy that she's here today. And so I'm very proud to welcome the incredible, courageous, and inspiring Senator Risa Hontiveros.
No, Manny Pacquiao's not there. At least I don't see him.
Gracias. Salamat po. Thank you, Council Member Soto Martinez, our gracious sponsor of the resolution and our presentations this morning. To all our kababayan here today, our dearest hosts, Council President Kerkorian, Council Member Hugo Soto Martinez, City Controller Kenneth Mejia, one of the young Filipino leaders all over the world, LaFace President Janelle Adeloga Para, to all the members of the City Council, magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat, and of course, to our dear Deputy Consul General. And of course, to my fellow Filipinos and Filipino Americans, maligayang araw ng kalayaan sa ating lahat. I'm deeply honored to join you today as we commemorate the 126th anniversary of Philippine independence. This day we celebrate not only our freedom, but also the enduring spirit and resilience of the Filipino people, which all of our speakers mentioned, which you, our beloved community here in Los Angeles, embody so admirably. The journey of Filipinos in the United States, particularly in Los Angeles, is a testament indeed to our unyielding spirit and adaptability. Since the early 20th century, our kababayan have made significant contributions to the economic, social, cultural, and political fabric of this great community. From the pioneering Sakada, who worked in the sugarcane plantations of Hawaii, to the nurses and the healthcare professionals who have been on the front lines, particularly during the recent pandemic, to the entrepreneurs, artists, and professionals in various fields, Filipinos and Filipino Americans have consistently demonstrated excellence and resilience.
One thing Stinks
To
hasn't
every
learned is
Filipino
just to eat a
family
little
here
bit
in
and
Los
leave it.
Angeles,
Not only
your
does he
strong
not
sense
leave
of
it,
community
but he'll lick
and
the bowl
support
clean
for
to
one
where it looks
another
like
are
you
the
didn't even
bedrock
put
of our
anything in there.
society.
That clean.
You have built a home away from home, creating spaces where our cultures can thrive and our children can grow up with a deep sense of pride in their heritage.
No, these are
Bayanihan
Filipino
is
folks, not
evident
Brazilian.
in how we come together to support one another. You have shown up for our
Philippine
kababayan
independence.
in times of joy, like when our country wins in a sport or pageant, but also in times of need, such as disasters. This is the core of our being Filipino, our willingness to lend a hand, not just during times when our kababayan need it, but all the time. I hope that we can continue doing this in any way that we can. But today,
Little old
your
kid
presence
raising
and
his
your
eyebrows.
achievements in various sectors
He saw himself
showcase
on
the
the
very
TV, I
best
think, up there.
of what it means to be Filipino. When
That was funny,
Filipinos
but
are around other Filipinos,
I can't even do
it
it.
is always a fiesta. And of course, our Latin American brothers and sisters know this. We Filipinos know how to throw a party. Our gatherings are never complete without the delicious lumpia, the sound of karaoke echoing through the night, and the vibrant, colorful parades that showcase our beautiful traditions. Today, as we celebrate our independence, let us also celebrate the unity and strength of the Filipino community worldwide. Your hard work, determination, and unwavering spirit
lumpia is
are
good.
the true essence of Filipino greatness.
I mean, everybody I've met that's
Maraming
Filipino
salamat
have always
po
been
sa inyong
nice.
lahat.
I've never met
Thank
anybody
you
who's Filipino
for your
who was mean.
unwavering support
I'm sure there's got to
and
be
for
some,
keeping
but
this
the ones
Filipino
I've met,
spirit alive
always nice.
here in Los
Guys or
Angeles. Together, let us continue to build a brighter, more inclusive future for all Filipinos wherever in the world we are. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas, mabuhay ang mga Pilipino,
Look at the kid. Just
mabuhay
keep an eye
ang
on
Los Angeles. Thank you,
can see
and happy
himself on the
Independence
screen.
Day.
Looking at himself on the big camera. Oh, we got Miss Philippine walking in. Look at her.
So
She got a sash
I'd be
on or
remiss
something.
if I didn't mention one of my field deputies, Regina Mayare, who was on the side. I just waved for everybody, and her dad, who's also a county worker right across the street. Sorry. Well, thank you so much, Senator. And so on behalf of the City of Los Angeles.
Mr. Soto Martinez, before you close, I do have a few members who'd like to be recognized, starting with Councilmember Rodriguez, followed by Councilmember De Leon.
Of course, De Leon has to get in there and
Mr.
pander
Soto
a bit.
Martinez. Mabuhay. It's wonderful to see everyone out here again and to see such incredible talent that I didn't know is actually in my neighborhood. Well, I knew of other culinary talents. But it's really wonderful to celebrate with you all each and every year. Thank you, Councilmember Soto Martinez. And again, I have the honorary title of tita to many friends, kids, and it's, there's so much kinship and similarities with our communities that it's really very special that we get to enjoy these things together. And so want to congratulate you all, and of course, this remarkable distinction that Chef Maynard has accomplished. He is truly a Los Angeles treasure. Just on Wednesday, we held a Women in Restaurants panel discussion.
Oh, that's true, Charlie. I mean, again, they bring these people in here so they can get
really
votes.
widely celebrated
the people
restaurants
think
Chef
that
Maynard
these,
had gone through.
like Meg here,
before
actually care about her.
Getting this
or Hugo.
very distinct honor
They don't
by
give a
James
fuck.
Beard.
They just care
I
about
think
the
it
votes.
just is a reflection of the
They
incredible
do their
talent
best to
that
get
we know
everybody
exists
in
in
here.
so many Angelinos. But it really was a
Okay? Doesn't
wonderful
matter
moment
who
to
they
have
are.
that for the Filipino
They want those
American
votes.
community here.
Keep
so I
in
just wanted
power.
to say congratulations to all of you. I look forward to continuing the celebration with you each
the
and every year.
continuation of the
And,
pandering
again, just
won't
thank
never
you for being
stop.
here.
It won't
and,
never
happy
stop.
Filipino American Heritage Month.
Thank you. Councilmember De Leon, followed by Councilmember Hutt.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Mabuhay. I apologize. I don't speak a lot of Tagalog. I only speak Ilocano, right there. So if you're from Ilocos Norte, Ilocos Sur, come speak with me. But I want to thank Councilmember Hugo Soto Martinez, who ably represents historic Filipino town. Just a few days ago, I had the honor, in fact, I think it was yesterday, to inaugurate Philippine Village and to recognize the Filipinos and Filipinas in the historic footprint that they have created in the community of Eagle Rock. And I can tell you that to recognize Radio Manila, that had been there for so many years, 24/7, 24 hours, 7 days a week, commuting back to the Philippines, bringing the cultural ties, the economic ties, the gastronomic ties together between the Filipino community and the Filipino American community
As soon as they're
here in
done
Los
with
Angeles.
these people,
Was,
they may have one
was
more,
really
hopefully
touching
not,
for me to actually
They
have
may.
a sign up there that you can go up
I'm
Eagle
guessing
Rock
these
Boulevard
people in the
and
very front
recognize
right
what
here are
Philippine
not
Village
Filipino.
was. The dozens
So they
and
may be the
dozens
next
of Filipino American
come up.
businesses that were there for decades and
It's
decades, and the
unfortunate that they waste a
contributions
lot of time
that
doing
you have
stuff
made
like
to
this
this
for
community
everybody.
is incredible. You know, a lot of folks don't know that the
every
first
day is usually
Asian
about an hour of
Americans
this
to
bullshit.
California were not from Japan or Korea or Vietnam or China. They were from the Philippines. 1587 in Morro Bay, and that the largest Asian American population in Los Angeles, and for that matter in the state of California, are the Filipino Americans. The
I'll give
gastronomic,
KDL something
academic,
right now.
cultural,
Regardless of how
educational,
racist
and
he may or
economic
may not
ties that
be,
we have together.
at least
and
the dude
contributions that you have made
speaks from his head
are
and heart.
phenomenal, I can say. And just
Notice he's
one,
not reading off his phone like
a
most of
personal
them
note,
do. Or a
when
little speech
my
he
mother
wrote in
was
the back.
diagnosed with ovarian
I'll
cancer,
give him that.
may she rest in peace. When she was in stage 4, she was too weak to cook for her family. And it
But all in
was
all, it's
her
just about
Filipina
pretending you care
girlfriends,
about everybody so
who
you
would
get
bring
votes from
plates
everywhere.
Of, chicken adobo, pancit, lumpia. That
It's always
kept
the
us
food,
fed
like you
during
were
a very
saying, who
painful,
said
very
it
dark,
earlier
very
about the
difficult
cultural
time.
everybody making
in,
good food. It's true.
Our history, in my life.
what culture doesn't
so
make
I have a very special
really good
place for
food?
the
Most of them
Filipino
do.
community. And because in
Charlie.
Eagle Rock, whenever I
Charlie
want
said
my
it.
fried chicken, I don't go to KFC. I go to Jollibee's, to get my spicy chicken. But with that, Councilmember Hugo Soto Martinez, thank you very much for recognizing
You don't go to
Filipino
Popeyes,
Independence
bro?
Day, which was a few days ago. And mabuhay to all my Filipino brothers and sisters. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Councilmember Hutt.
That's it, Shell. You've been used
Thank
to
you,
this
Mr.
shit.
President. Thank you, Councilmember.
Oh, she got all
Hugo
braided
Soto
up.
Martinez
Her hair
for
wasn't like that
helping
the
us
other day on
celebrate.
Wednesday.
In the 10th district, we also have celebrated someone who was once a chief of staff for the 10th district, and that's Charmette Bampua. We have named a skate park after
Fried
her. I
chicken,
think
I go
that's
to
the only
Mom's.
facility
Your mom
that's a
makes good
city
fried chicken?
facility named after a Filipino American. And I just want to acknowledge that we are celebrating her. She's no longer with us, but we are celebrating her today
Heather the Hutt,
along
yeah.
with you. And thank you so much for bringing all
She,
this
she
to
doesn't even
council.
deserve to be here because she wasn't even
Thank
elected.
you.
All the rest of them were at least elected.
Councilmember Soto Martinez, thank you so
by the
much
people.
for
She
this
wasn't. She was
presentation.
just
To all of
thrown
our
in there.
honored guests, welcome. We're so delighted to have you here to remind us of the enormous contribution that Filipino Americans make to the city of Los Angeles today. What an important part of our cultural fabric this community forms. And I
There's
think
Herman
we should
walking
also
around back there. Look at
remember
him.
that it
Look
has
at him.
always been
Just being
so.
a dick.
In fact, one of the original pobladores who set out from Mexico to come to create the new pueblo of Los Angeles was Antonio Miranda Rodriguez, who was born in Manila.
Hi, Todd.
He didn't make it all the way because when they got to Loreto, his daughter got smallpox, and he stayed in Loreto. Otherwise, he would have been among the
Fubar,
original
hello.
founders of the pueblo in 1781. So this heritage of Filipino contribution to this community
Pinoy money,
runs
yeah.
deep and wide.
They
And
like it
so
from
we thank
everywhere.
you all
That's for sure. They want
celebrating
everybody's
with us
money.
today. Councilmember
Everybody's
Soto
vote.
Martinez.
Thank you all, my colleagues, for those wonderful words. And so on behalf of the city of Los Angeles, I'd like to present this resolution celebrating the 126th
gold one.
anniversary
Sweet.
of Philippine independence. Thank you so much.
They don't give out too many of the goldies. Got to be some special. Oh, there goes the great panderer. He's up there. So we got at least 1, 2,
Thank you all very much. And
3
as
regulars in the
we're
house that
taking
I
a couple
see.
pictures and getting ready for our next presentation.
See, one more
I do wanna
presentation. Oh, and then look,
recognize,
look. We got the
we are
Palestinian
celebrating
starter kits on the left.
Another very important day in Los Angeles. Certainly,
So get
in
ready
Zone
for some
5
divesting.
throughout the city of Los Angeles, and that would be Councilmember McOsker's birthday. Happy birthday, Councilmember McOsker.
Okay, we're going to do yes or no on divest as each one of them comes
And
up.
with
Will
that,
we
we're
get a
ready
divest?
to move to our next presentation, so I'd like to recognize Councilmember Yaroslavsky.
I want to hear some.
and
I didn't get a
Councilmember
divest out of
Harris-Dawson.
that guy. I want some divesting going on in here. You better be divesting. Yeah, so like I said, this next group here, and then that's it. Then we'll get to public comment. What's going on here? Sitting room only. It is sit in the hallway. I don't know who's coming up next. We'll see. They're definitely not Filipino. I'll give you that. Don't know who they are, though.
Councilmember Yaroslavsky, Councilmember Harris-Dawson, good morning.
We'll find out right now.
You have the floor.
But she looks just like her dad.
1 sec.
This chick right here looks just like her dad. Oh, yeah. It's like he never left. Her dad
Clare
was
Peeps
such a
brought
piece of
an
shit.
entourage, so we're welcoming everybody up. Come on in. All right, thank you, Council
Yaroslavsky.
President, colleagues, Councilmember Harris Dawson and I have the pleasure and honor of welcoming Clare Peeps to the City Council this morning. For more than 40 years, Clare has served the City of Los Angeles with her work across many community organizations.
Claire.
Her extraordinary impact as a highly regarded leader includes her 27-year career as executive director of the Dery
He banned
Foundation.
everything. I remember when they brought him in
Claire
here.
shaped the
they were
organization's
making jokes on
programs
how
and
much
leadership
shit he had
development,
banned
community
in
building, and
his time
civic
here.
problem solving.
Everything.
Her leadership has
He looked at it, he
benefited a
banned
range
it.
of organizations, from the Mike Kelly Foundation for the Arts to the Southern California Grantmakers in the Arts, the Los Angeles County Arts Commission, which is where she and I met many years ago, and the California Council for the Humanities. Prior to joining Durfee, Claire was the Associate Director of the Los Angeles Festival, the publisher of High Performance Magazine. She was the Director of Education at the Friends of Photography, the Ansel Adams Center, and the author of Activists Speak Out.
I love you.
And as if that weren't enough, Claire is a senior fellow of the Luskin School of Public Policy at UCLA. And at USC, she is an adjunct instructor at the Price School of Public Policy, where she was named Outstanding Faculty in 2016. And on a personal note about Claire, we've worked together in various roles for nearly a decade. Claire is kind, smart, and incredibly effective. She's one of those rare people who really listens and is really focused on problem solving. It's an honor and a privilege to call you, Claire, a friend and a mentor, and I am so grateful for the chance to honor her today. Claire is joined by friends, family, foundation fellows, civic leaders. We are so glad all of you came to council today. This is a testament to you, Claire, and your kindness and vision and excellence. Now I'd like to invite Councilmember Harris Dawson to share a few words, and then we'll introduce Claire's special guest.
Okay.
Thank you so much, and thank you, Councilwoman Yaroslavsky, for allowing me to be a part of this presentation of the Durfee Foundation, which is one of our more amazing foundations here in Southern California. We have a great philanthropic community, as you know, but I would stand before you and testify that
LA County,
very
Oscar.
few
I mean,
organizations can say that they have made the investment in our civic infrastructure the way the Durfee Foundation
They did the same thing with weed shows.
has done.
We think of
it was
illegal to
things
have
that
a
we take for
weed
granted
show,
here
even
in the
though
city of
weed's
Los Angeles,
legal.
like Denim Day or the Zocalo
They made you drive
Public
out to
Square,
Adelanto
our good
or-
food
or,
policy,
San
Cicla
Bernardino
Via,
to
and
have
a
your
host
weed
of other
show
things.
and then
All
have
of
to
the
drive all
leaders
the way
of
back.
the organizations that came up with those things were invested in by the Durfee Foundation. I
That's how
myself,
they do it.
while I was at Community Coalition,
that's how
had
we
the
get around
privilege
it.
of receiving one of their fellowships, and I wrote a paper, or I'm calling it a book because this is close to a book
Thomas,
as I'm
thank
going to
you so
ever
much.
write
Happy Friday to you,
in
bro.
my life.
Thank you.
I got to write a book that talked about leadership and leadership transitions and developing new leaders in a very, very conscious way. And so you see the Hall of Fame, the all-star team behind me. That's just a few of the folks that have been invested in by the Durfee Foundation, and they invest not by asking you to, perform some set of tasks or to
Guy in the
provide
other
some
shirt,
set of
he likes to
services.
yell at 'em too,
They
so
fund
he's a
people
regular, the one in
to
the
invest in
blue
their
and
own
white shirt
leadership, to
back
do
there.
thinking, to do planning, and to do visioning. And so with that, I am very, very happy and proud to present to this City Council and the Chamber the immediate past president, and just less than a year, I think, the immediate past president of the Durfee Foundation, Carrie Avery. I just realized your name is Carolyn on this. So Carrie, I've always known her as Carrie Avery, one of the most
soon enough,
effective
Tim.
leaders of any foundation here in Southern California. Let's receive her with a big round of applause.
Did you see the new group that they had started? It was going viral. Someone sent me it on TikTok because again, I'm not on TikTok.
I'm the immediate past
The
president
F
of the Durfee Foundation,
for-
where I was able to work
what was
with
it? It
Claire
was,
for close over 27 years in partnership.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was
of
the
Durfee
H's
Foundation.
for Hamas.
When I think about Clare Peeps Day,
No
I
joke.
think about the scene in It's a Wonderful Life.
I'll let you figure out what
when
the
Jimmy
H
Stewart
stood
is
for.
shown what the town of Bedford Falls would have been like if he hadn't been there. And I think about how bleak Los Angeles would have been if we didn't have Clare Peeps. So think about this. There's no art scene. There are no artists. There are tumbleweeds through the streets. People ask, what happened to the artists? And people say, oh, I think they moved to Portland, or they're
No, they
full-time
got out of this
baristas, I'm not
shithole
sure.
'cause they can't stand
Because
the
it
people
wasn't,
like
there
you
wasn't
guys.
Clare Peeps to shine a light on their work and to boost the arts and to provide support for the
Wasn't
individual
hags.
artists and organizations. Also,
Oscar's a little
executive
closer.
directors at nonprofits throughout the city would be working hard, doing their best, but exhausted, and really thinking about how could I do more? Is there any way that I could possibly replenish myself
Hillary's
to keep on
sister
doing the good work that
with
I'm
less of a
doing?
pumpkinhead.
But they'd shrug their shoulders and realize, I guess not, because Clare Peeps isn't there to give me a sabbatical so that I can rest and continue to do the good work that I've been doing. There would be hundreds of people
Guys, I'm
working
gonna
at
go feed
jobs
Stinks right now 'cause he's
that were
bothering me
fine,
anyway.
but that
It's
they
11
wouldn't have
o'clock,
been
so
able
I'm
to
gonna feed
bring
him
their
now
brilliant ideas
and get that out of
to
the way. I'll
light
be back in a few minutes, okay?
and to life,
Sorry to
because
have
they
to
wouldn't have had Clare
put you through
Peeps
all this
as a
crap,
booster
but they're
to
almost
give them
done.
funding, to give
You
them
ready to eat?
support, and to cheerlead
Oh.
them on. Even the
And
ecosystem
as you can tell, he's
of
ready to
Culver
eat, so
City
give me
would
a
have
few
been
minutes here.
impoverished without Clare Peeps' garden,
I ain't gonna miss nothing
which
either.
provides respite and refuge for
Okay,
butterflies
okay,
and
I'm coming. I
birds
can
and
only
beautiful
go so
blooms. So many of us here, we probably would have known each other, but we wouldn't have known each other as well because we wouldn't have had Clare Peeps to network us, to bring us together, to throw good parties. So I'm so glad that we do not live in that bleak landscape of an LA without Clare Peeps. Happy Clare Peeps Day.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, President, council members Harris Dawson, Yaroslavsky, and of course Carrie. I cannot possibly top that. I am honored to accept this recognition on behalf of the Dery Foundation and the community to whom it truly belongs. I stand here today as a representative, as you can see, these are just a very few, of magnificent leaders and organizations who are making our city a more just, beautiful, vibrant place. You know, at Dery, we believe that organizations and movements are only sustainable if the people behind them are also sustainable. It's been the privilege of a lifetime to support many leaders in LA, as Carrie said, by simply letting them have time to think, rest, recharge, experiment, and build community. Community is the key. None of us does this work alone. We build upon the knowledge and hard work of those who have come before us. We benefit from the lessons of their successes and also their mistakes. Everything we have ever done at Dery has come directly from the communities we serve. We believe that the solutions to the problems we face will almost always come from the people who are living closest to them. They're the experts. We only need listen to their voice. We've learned from so many in this room, every person who's standing here, some of whom I haven't seen for a long time, and I'm so delighted to see everybody here. From Patty Giggins, leader of Peace Over Violence, from Steve Lepore, founder of My Friend's Place and 1 and 6, Debbie Ching, the founder of, longtime leader of the Chinatown Service Center, Deborah Suh from the Center for Pacific Asia Family, Nancy Ibrahim from Esperanza, so many more. We've also learned from the example of our mayor, Karen Bass, who founded the Community Coalition, which has been an exemplar not only of community organizing for racial and economic justice, but for the intentional planning for future generations. We are so proud to count Aurea Montes Rodriguez, Alberto Ratana, and our own city council member, Harris Dawson, among Dery Fellows, all of whom emerged from just this one organization. There are dozens, hundreds of wonderful organizations in Los Angeles. Our city is a powerhouse. I want to take this moment to thank the Dery family and the Avery families, without whom this work could not be possible. I owe a multitude of thanks to this woman, to Carrie Avery, who is the granddaughter of our founder, Stan Avery, and who has been my thought partner and soulmate for the entire journey here at Dery for me. And she deserves all the recognition for what Dery has become. I'm also immensely grateful for the trusting, inspired leadership of Theo Avery, standing behind me, who has succeeded Carrie as chair, and for an amazingly talented and wonderful spirited staff. Where are you all? Stella Chung, Ivan Macias, and Elmer, thank you. I've learned so much from all of you. And of course, to my partner, Nathan Birnbaum, working artist and Los Angeles longtime leader, for his unwavering partnership and support in all things. He brings me laughter and music and good food every day. So thank you. I love LA, I love this community. All of us here have put down roots in this astonishing and complicated place with passion and fervor. We are keepers of the flame, all of us, and I'd say we burn pretty bright, so thank you.
All right, so it is our
Council-
honor. Oh,
Before
colleagues.
you do, Councilmember, I would like to recognize Councilmember Hernandez and Councilmember Rodriguez.
Thank you, Council President. Thank you so much, colleagues, Councilmember Marquis Dawson and Yaroslavsky for bringing in Claire and the Dery Foundation team and Avery and Dery Foundation, Avery and Dery families here with us today. Before I came into this position, I was a co-founder and executive director of an organization called La Defensa. And being a part of movement work, being a part of advocacy, of campaigning after campaign after campaign, it wears you down physically, mentally, spiritually, and oftentimes when you don't have enough resources financially as well.
All right.
So the work that you all do to nourish the movement in
Still
this
ain't
way
missed nothing, huh? They're still
is
talking.
just something I'm eternally grateful
Dookie
for.
family? Huh,
Because
where?
I know what it means to be able to
Did I
take some
miss somebody
rest,
duking?
to then come back and be able to hit the ground running, to take some rest and come back
right,
and hit
I'm
that
back.
campaign as hard as possible.
Oh,
So the work that you all do and the work that you all fund, it can't be something that is overlooked, because it literally is what keeps our campaigns and movement moving forward. And it's something that I hope other foundations also take seriously, because if we are to achieve the world that we want to see, we need to rest. We cannot continue to pour from empty cups, because it just doesn't work. We lose people. We've lost advocates and organizers because of that lack of support. So thank you. Thank you for those investments. Thank you for making rest a priority, especially for our folks in the movement. I'm eternally grateful. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Rodriguez.
Thank you, Ms. Yaroslavsky and Mr. Harris-Dawson, for celebrating some really remarkable contributions that Durfee and, again, thank you so much. I know so many nonprofit executive leaders that have benefited from the respite that you fund, and allowing them to do exactly what Ms. Hernandez said, is to take a break because there's so much burnout. You can be so impassioned in this work, and it's just when you're in that grind every single day, it's hard to really refuel your soul and know what you're doing it for. That's where we see so many leaders burning out from.
We do need some help on the line.
I really believe that we wouldn't have a youth department in the city, a youth development department, if not for some of the investments you made and some of the leaders.
It's funny,
here
I
in
was
Los
watching a
Angeles
Danny
that were very
Mullen
strong advocates in
video.
helping, to collaborate with
So
us
he went to like
shepherd
a
that
one.
through.
I think it was
And
like
so I
that
just wanna
women's
thank you
march
for
where they
making
were
those
in the pussy
investments.
hats and
Many
all
of
that.
those,
And of course, he was
individuals that
acting a
you've
fool
invested
there,
in,
which was
are
great.
very dear friends of mine.
And
I
Ulysses
watched,
was there.
I mean, they've been important
He
collaborators
ended
in
up
the work
talking
that
to
we
him like,
do
"What are
here
you
in the
doing
city,
here? You know, we're
But I know what
trying
an
to get
incredible
our
value
point
it was
across,
for
blah,
them
blah,
to have that
blah."
time off, for them to reflect
He, of course,
on
was
everything
just
that they were
trolling 'em.
doing, so
It was
that
great.
they could gear back up and be engaged in that work wholeheartedly.
Kenneth, thank
so I
you
just
so
wanna say
much.
thank
Kenneth,
you
let's
for-
go.
Thank you for the work and your investment here in Los Angeles, in the leaders of Los Angeles, but more importantly, congratulations on this well-deserved recognition and honor. We really appreciate you.
Thank you. Councilmember Yaroslavsky to close.
Okay, so Claire, the Los Angeles City Council expresses its gratitude
Hold on,
and
guys, somebody's
heartfelt
at the door.
congratulations to you on the occasion of your retirement.
You just rang the
We're gonna
bell.
all do without you, but congratulations. We're pleased to present you with this resolution naming today, June 14th, 2024, Clare Peeps Day in the city of Los Angeles.
Thank you, members, and congratulations, Claire. Okay, for our final presentation for the morning, very fun and special presentation led by Councilmember Hutt. Councilmember Hutt, Councilmember Price, and Councilmember Harris Dawson, you have the floor. Councilmember Hutt, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. President, colleagues.
Hold on, guys.
Okay, there. Okay, great. I think we're going to start with a video, Mr. President.
Let's do that.
And as you just said, there's nothing like being honored by your people.
That's the way to do a Friday, right? Yes. So as we celebrate Black Music Month, I'm excited to welcome Jazz Zone Jazzabrations, Inc. to Council Chambers today for the 10th Annual Black Music Month celebration at City Hall. And it's an honor to have them here. As well as to bring the legendary group that you saw us grooving to the whole time we played the video, the Whispers. Their harmonies and melodies have touched hearts for decades, solidifying their place as icons in Black music history. Black music itself has always been the heart and soul of a cultural expression uniting people across the world. Jazz Zone Jazzabrations, Inc. is an organization dedicated to preserving the legendary financially, educationally, musically, artistically, and culturally
I apologize.
Of our
Shit, yeah, the Whispers were great.
The Whispers are comprised of Walter and Scotty and Lavelle. But when it began, you saw 5 people there. So we have Walter, Scotty, Nicholas, Marcus, and Lavelle. The Whispers' unique style and timeless hits have captured the essence
I know, Brooke. Nothing
of
I can
love,
do.
life, and unity in the world
It's
of
just
our
my luck that the
R&B
second I
for
leave,
almost 50
I have to
years.
answer the door.
So much longer.
He was ringing the door like a lot. Like, guess they needed to get out of here.
The
So.
Whispers have earned
They got more
numerous
than one job
awards and
today, so.
accolades, including induction into the 1580 Vocal Groups Hall of Fame and receiving the Rhythm Folk Talk Radio and Blues Foundation Pioneer Awards. They're also well known for hit records such as And the Beat Goes On from 1979 and Rock Steady, which we just heard. The group has made a huge impact on soul, pop, jazz, and disco genres and is known to be one of the world's longest running vocal groups. Beyond their music, the Whispers have also been known for their dedication for their fans and their commitment to giving back to the community. Their legacy is not just one of musical greatness, but also one of love and connections. This legendary group reminds us of the power of harmony, both in song and in life.
Yeah,
And
I wanted
as
to
we
get them
celebrate
waters too,
Black
because it's
Music
hot out
Month,
here.
We honor the Whispers for their incredible contributions and lasting impacts to inspire
Where are we at right now?
and to
It's only
uplift.
82. It's not
We
that hot,
also
but
honor
it feels
Jazz
like it's
Jazzerbration
hotter than
Inc.
82.
for their
Bright
tremendous
and sunny.
impactful work of ensuring that the legacy of Black music be preserved and cherished. So thank you all for the music, the memories, the magic, and for joining us today. And next, I would like to bring
Dude,
my
he's wearing a
favorite
dress
DJ,
again today. Look at Pink Hoodie. He's wearing a pink dress.
Councilmember
Look at him.
Marquis
Look at him.
Thank you so
It's like
much.
a
A big
nightgown.
round of
It's not even a
applause for
dress.
Councilwoman
He's
Hutt.
wearing a nightgown.
We're putting together, keeping our tradition of
know you
celebrating
guys
Black
caught
Music Month. We're very happy to be joined by the Whispers today, one of our great groups. They were here with us when we celebrated Solar Records a few years back. You all were here with us with a host of other artists, and I want to personally thank you all for making Los Angeles home and helping us build a community where creatives from our local community, but also from around the world.
What's the difference between a
make
nightie
a
and
living and be a part of an
nightgown?
industry
Not the same thing.
and
A
use
nightie
their
is like
craft
a-
to provide for
only
themselves
goes
and
to
their
your,
family. And so
like, knees
we
almost.
thank them
I
for
think
that and
that
all of
goes
their
all the way to
tunes
his
that we all recognize. I started
Right,
getting
buddy,
a
you
little
back now? You
jittery when I
happy?
was
You got all your
hearing
food?
Rocksteady and all the records, because some of us grew up when those records came on. It meant it was time to start cleaning up the house, right? That's doing chores music. It's Saturday doing chores music, and so it seriously, it gives families and communities opportunities to create memories and to be part of the tapestry of our experience here as Angelinos and Hiranos. So thank you to the Whispers, thank you to Councilwoman Hutt, and happy Black Music Month.
Thank you.
There's a Black Music Month?
Councilmember Kern Price from the 9th
Didn't know
District
that.
might know some of the dance moves.
Shout
that
out to
go
the
with it.
Whispers.
Yeah,
They really
rock
are
steady.
good.
Rock steady. We're going to rock steady today.
Steady
Thank you,
rocking
Councilwoman
all
Hutt,
night
and for those remarks by our Mayor Pro Tem. I'm just honored to stand here with them as we celebrate Black Music Month and to celebrate the
When's
Whispers.
White Music Month?
Yeah, let's give it up again for the Whispers.
They bringing out Phil Collins for that?
President Carter's establishment of this annual celebration was created to glorify the
Rolling
contributions
Stones?
Black
Who they
artists have
doing?
made to this country. And certainly we mirror
Oh, you
that
wanna hear
today.
the drop?
And we continue to acknowledge the very same gifts that the Whispers have given for decades and decades and decades. Your greatest hits represent a time when our communities were taken by the storm of crack, cocaine epidemic, and recovering from wartime perils. All that combined with shifting pop culture,
Good old
where
Ronald
music,
Reagan.
television, and new technology all come into play. But
Michael
what got us to those
McDonald coming
times,
in? Yeah,
strife
needs
was
to.
the joy that was
still
brewed by the
great.
art that the Whispers
Motley
have given
Crue.
us. And your influence
Man, somebody put a
continues
picture up
to
of Pam
influence us
Anderson.
today.
Boy, oh boy, with no makeup or anything.
And it
Didn't even know
signifies,
it was
I think,
her.
the talent
Couldn't
within
even
the
tell.
impact that you've made on American
Had to go into the
culture.
comments and
So
see,
we thank
who
you.
is this?
We thank you. We thank you.
And it was
As
her.
as
looks a
my
lot
colleague
different
mentioned,
than she did.
Rocksteady,
She is
one of your
60,
many
61 or
classics,
something.
remains an
Pam
iconic
Anderson now.
song that all of us are familiar with and
couldn't
will
even
be
tell it was her.
continued for decades and decades to come. Whether at family functions or everyday easy listening on the radio, your music influence has bound us together for generations. So in loving memory of Marcus Hudson, Nicholas Caldwell, and Gary Harmon, I wish the Whispers many more accolades to
He's all
come as we
natural now?
celebrate Black Music Month.
No makeup,
Congratulations.
no other stuff. Yeah, I didn't even know it was her. When I put it up, I was like, oh man, who is that?
Linda, I'd like to bring Linda.
At first, I thought it was Kate Moss. I was like, nah, I don't think so.
Thank you so much, Councilwoman Hutt, for this opportunity.
She was a
to be
baddie
able to
during
celebrate
Baywatch.
Black
Oh
Music
yeah, I
Month.
mean, that was the caption I think too.
To have
Like this was the
represented
hottest chick
over
in the world.
265
Not that long
of our
ago, or
jazz
something
and
like
blues
that.
legends here in Los Angeles. It is an honor to be here in council with you to
we all get
honor
old,
and
right?
celebrate the Whisper.
We all age.
I'm from Watts. Most people don't know that. I was born and raised in Watts.
Why
and
would
so our connections in music is long. And so I appreciate the opportunity to be here in council.
Is
Thank
it
you so
because you were born in Watts that your connection to music is so big? I mean, you could have been born in Beverly
and
Hills.
now,
I think you'd still
the
have that same
Whispers, Walter,
connection.
Scotty,
People in Beverly Hills like music.
You're welcome to.
People in Burbank like music.
No.
Well, he's a little guy. Look at him. Heather
I'm Walter
Hutt's taller
Scott.
than him.
The first question I want to ask is, where did all the hair go? That was a lot of years ago. President and council members, thank you so much. We deeply appreciate receiving this honor. This all started, as this young lady said, for us in Watts, California, over 50 years ago. As we were attending Markham Junior High School, Jordan High School,
Jordan,
in Watts, California, in the Jordan Down Projects. We're so proud of that.
That's a rough project housing right there.
We will cherish this.
Jordan Downs,
and
Nickerson
we'll carry it
Gardens.
for the rest of our
Rough.
lives. We're so grateful for being here for
Ugh.
over 50 years. All the fans that have been with us, we appreciate you. We never dreamed that when this started, that 50 years later, we'd still be here singing. It just goes to show you how good the good Lord is. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I want to thank the council president and the council. You know, it's so nice to be alive and receive these things, because a lot of times, you know, with the time lapse that goes by, sometimes these kind of presentations come after you're gone. So it's nice to be here and be able to receive this in person. I also want to thank our families, because we don't thank our families enough. Our wives, our children, the sacrifice that they make so that we can do the things that we do and leave them for as long as we do,
Yeah.
going on the road. And
Mom and Dad
they're having
gone.
to stay home and take care of
True.
our children and just be there for us through all of the good and the bad. Today I found out that I'm adding to my family. I just found out today I got a niece right here and her sister as well. So we like the family. I'm just so proud of that. My family has continued to grow, and this presentation just means the world to us. We don't take any of
They
these
really
kind of
release
things
Abreu?
for
He's
granted.
having that
And
tough
thank you
year,
so
huh?
much
Jose
for
Abreu.
having us.
Well, that's not going to hurt the Astros.
Well, as usual, you know, they steal all your thunder. You can only say it in so many ways, and thank you. But as a young lady, when she stepped up and said Watts, California, that brought me back to my memories, because we were in the playgrounds of the Jordan Down projects, pretending that we would be doing exactly what we're doing today. Our dreams came true. There's two things that came up today that really hit my heart. First would be Watts, California, and then the other is Soul Train, where I actually met my wife.
Train.
Unbelievable. She's sitting over there now. That should bring memories to you too.
Met her on
because,
Soul Train?
I mean,
Don
she don't want the
Cornelius hooked it
spotlight
up?
on her. I'm not trying to put it on her, but that's where we actually met. So we then went from the Jordan Down projects to Europe, Japan, Australia, back to right here where it all started. I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Traveling the world, playing music, man.
Thank you.
Everybody love the
Mr.
Whisper.
Thank you very much. I'd like to recognize Councilmember Soto Martinez, followed by Councilmember Rodriguez.
Thank you so much,
Give me a
Council
Soul
President.
Yeah, I
First of
think
all,
if they brought it
thanks to all the
back, it wouldn't be any
council
good
members
anyway.
and Councilmember Hyde for
Don
putting this
Cornelius,
together.
the dancers,
You know,
that's
obviously,
what
I
made
grew
it,
up
the
in South
good
Central
music.
and went to school to Jordan, and so I didn't know that you were from Watts. I remember your music was always around the neighborhood, so to know this just here,
you're
sitting down,
back,
just brings
huh?
me a lot of joy. And yeah,
Joy.
class of 2001, and just so glad to have you here and bring so much joy to my life and to many people in the city of Los Angeles. So thank you so much again for doing this.
Thank you. Councilmember Rodriguez, followed by Councilmember De Leon.
Thank you. Well, you know, as the chair of the 80s caucus, I wasn't going to miss my opportunity to celebrate
You
the
love that
Whispers.
caucus.
And do you ever wonder that to win somebody's got to lose? Those are hello, hey, I'm the chair for a reason, okay? But no, I listened. It was
All
funny. I
about
was playing the
get it,
music
Meg.
because I've got the record still, and it's, you know, you guys are part of the fabric of the musical scene of the '80s that are so important. And you know, I was back and I heard Rocksteady playing. I was like, oh, I got to get back here. I got to get back out to the chambers. But no, honestly, congratulations. Thank you for. Again, music is such an important part of everyone's life.
It's always
and it
about
brings
them.
communities together. And I just want to thank you because your music has done that, not just here, but around the world.
You're every day
on dance
staying
floors,
talking about
everywhere,
yourself here.
or house parties. You were a part of everyone's childhood memories. And so congratulations on this well-deserved honor. Thank you for making beautiful music that we all got to dance to, that I still
Time
dance
and
to.
money. Where's
And,
Viking? Because they're getting paid to do
again,
this.
The best wishes and good health, and keep on making music.
Thank you. And as the chair of the 60s and 70s caucus, I want to attach myself to Councilmember
They don't need to
Rodriguez's
write it.
remarks
People
as
want to
well.
hear the classics anyway.
Councilmember
They
De
don't want to hear
Leon.
new shit.
Thank you very much, Mr.
They want to hear the
President.
classic
Ms.
shit.
Hutt, Mr. Price,
Of course, he had to
as
get
well
up
as
in
Mr.
this
Marquis,
joint.
Sir Dawson, salud. Salud. I want to thank you very much for this wonderful presentation. Let me say this. The music from the 60s, I did hear it before, but walking into the chamber and with the video and the beat goes on, 1979, the power of your music. Let me say this. When I heard that song, and to be honest, I haven't heard that song in quite some time.
When's Latino Musical Month?
You took me back in a nanosecond, back to whether it was my last year in elementary and the beginning of junior high school. But you really took me back emotionally. And everything was crystal clear when I heard "And the Beat Goes On." And that's the power of your music. I remember because I did watch you. I watched you on Soul Train, waking up Saturday morning.
3 times a
and
week,
watching
Blake.
you on Soul Train
Might as well
with
be every day.
Cornelius. Let me tell you right now.
And realistically, they
you
have
were
meetings
a
every day, but
treasure.
the other
You're
ones
one
are
of
like
America's
budget and
treasures.
finance, and I assure you, they're
thank
doing
our
the same thing in
council
budget and finance.
because,
They're just not honoring
not a lot of
anybody.
things move me
They're
emotionally
talking
in
about
this
how
council
awesome
chamber.
they are
We have
with
a
their
lot
budget.
of special
Look what
VIP
we did
guests
in my
across
district
the
kinda
board.
shit.
But emotionally, you just moved me. You took me back to 1979 and exactly where I lived, where I was, back in the hood, Saturday morning, waking up, you know, in your pajamas, turning on, you know, Soul Train. So thank you and God bless you. Thank you because you are America's treasure. With the Whispers. Que viva the Whispers!
Thank you.
Fantastic
Councilmember
pandering.
McCosker.
I won't identify whether I'm in the 60s, 70s, or 80s caucus, but I am the councilman of the 1-5, which runs from Watts to the water. And so I want to just say on behalf of our beloved communities on the 1-5, God bless you and thank you very much. And thank you for honoring this great group here today.
I can't
Thank
remember.
you.
I thought Soul
Councilmember Hutt
Train
to
was on
close.
Sunday morning, but I.
Well, thank you,
guess I'm wrong.
colleagues.
I don't remember. It's been
It's
so
always
long
fun
now.
to end a
that's fine.
budget season with music and joy and laughter. This is our resolution to the Whispers. To really thank you for your contribution to our culture, to the world. As icons from the 1-5 that still are in Los Angeles, we certainly appreciate you. And we have all council resolution for you.
Wait, how do they not get the gold one? How are you not going to give the Whispers the gold one?
For the musical of Living Legends, a congratulatory certificate. And then I have these magical cufflinks with my name
Then I, these magical
for
cufflinks.
each one of you to
What
wear
about
on
his,
tour this summer. No.
His frame. You didn't get one?
And then plaques.
Plaques. 3 plaques, cufflinks.
And one for Charmaine. Thank you, members.
right.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you all very, very much. What a treat to have you all with us. All
How come
right.
he didn't get one? What
We're
was the
ready to move
fedora?
next to the public comment
the singers.
portion of our meeting. So,
Finally.
Mr. Clerk,
How long
Madam
did it
City
take?
Attorney,
Hour and
please
14
read in the
minutes
instructions
wasted,
for
guys.
comment.
Of just
As indicated on the agenda,
trying to get
members of
those
the public
votes.
wishing
Hour
to offer
14
public
minutes of
comment
that.
should call 669-254-5252 and use meeting
Here we
ID
go. You
number
wanna call in? It's your right.
160-535-8466, and then press pound. Then press pound again when prompted for participant ID. Once admitted into the meeting, press *9 to request to speak. When it is your turn to speak, an automated Zoom voice will ask you to press *6 to unmute.
To people providing public comment, when it is your turn to speak, either at the podium or on the phone, please state which of the agenda items you'd like to speak to. You will have 1 minute per item, up to 2 minutes total for the items open for public comment. We will tell you when your time is up.
Somebody's in
when
loaf
speaking
mode
on the
right
agenda
now.
items,
Full
you must
loaf.
be on topic. Our goal
Right
is
on
to
top
get
of the
through as
cord,
many
power
speakers as we
cord.
can. If you are not on topic, or if we cannot tell whether you're on topic, you will get one brief warning from me or the president. At that point, you need to get immediately
is it
and
me
clearly
or is she
on
getting
topic.
really gray
If
quickly?
you do not do so, or
Like
you
I can
again
see
stray
all
off
the gray
topic, you
coming
will
out.
forfeit the rest of your speaking time, and we will move on to the next speaker.
She got a turkey
The items
neck
open
going
for
now.
public comment are
Oh, boy,
number
this-
10 and
this
number
job's
11.
making her
Members
age
of the public
quickly.
may also speak for up to 1 minute for general public comment, which will be held at the end of the meeting. During general public comment, members of the public may speak to any of the items or anything else in the city's subject matter jurisdiction.
Wagon, I think it's
For members
good
of the
that she
public
keeps her
calling
mask
in,
on.
when it is your turn to speak, an automated message from Zoom will prompt you to press
Trust me.
*6 to unmute yourself. If you do not do so, council staff will prompt you once
Remember,
more.
up
At that
until
point, you need
last-
to get immediately unmute yourself,
or
or you'll
last Tuesday,
unfortunately forfeit your time, and we will move
They-
on to the
they
next
still
speaker. Finally, because of a brief
had
time
the
delay between
mandate.
the live meeting and the broadcast,
If you
two
want to
things are
work for the
important.
city, whether it's
First,
fire
while you're waiting for your turn
department,
to speak,
police
keep your ear to
department,
the
or
phone so
any
you
of
hear
their
in real time
positions,
when
you
it's
had
your
to
turn
get the
press
COVID
*6.
vaccination shot.
Second, if
Still,
you're listening to the meeting on
4
other devices,
years after
please
this
turn
bullshit.
down the volume on those devices
All the states you
immediately
guys
when
live
it's your
in, they
turn
were
to
done
speak.
with that shit
Between
in the
time
first
delay and
year.
feedback, it
Gone,
will cause a
done.
great
This
deal
shit
of
is done,
confusion
or
to
they didn't
continue
even
to listen
implement
on
it.
other
Here,
devices.
they had to fight.
All right, thank you very much. So,
There's still so
I'm
many
gonna call up
firefighters
the
and
names
cops that
who
were
have
fired
signed up to
over not
speak
taking
on
the
items
ne-
10 and
bending
11
the knee for
first.
them.
That would be Candido, Jenna Talia.
So that's
and
another
Herman,
reason why
please.
you see people with masks
So we're
all the
gonna
time
speak
still here.
on agenda items only at this point,
Okay.
and then we'll
Those are
come
all
back
Democrats,
for general
and
public
that's how they
comment after
like
we
it.
take these votes.
You know, that's how they virtual signal. That's how
Candido,
they
you
show
ready?
each other, hey, hey, I see you, bro. I see you. You're
Okay,
you're
thank
me,
you.
same team.
So Jenna Talia.
Genitalia,
Herman.
like genitalia. Stop it, genitalia.
Okay. So-
Genitalia, stop it.
So
Stop
this
it.
is only on items 10 and
Genitalia.
11.
Speaker, which items would you like to speak to?
I would like to speak on general comments only.
No, well then you can have a seat and wait because we're only commenting on 10 and 11 right now.
Wow, so it's only 10 or 11. The commies are doing it again. No more public comment along with it. Here comes viewer discretion is advised. Mr. Herman taking
You
his
want to
sweet
speak on
time.
these items, Mr. Herman, or not?
Look at him taking his time.
I can't. It's your time to speak right now. Okay, start his time. 2 minutes for those items.
I'm from Turkey. You're from Armenia. You gotta wait.
Okay, you're not on agenda. Speak to the agenda or sit down.
Okay, so I looked at you got item 10 and 11. Let me put my glasses on. So I'm gonna make a change for once in my life. I want to adopt the city engineer report dated May 29, 2024. Yeah, I want to initiate a vacation, proceeding to vacate my life. It's gonna feel real good. Yeah, the Bureau of Engineering to investigate the report regarding feasibility of this vacated request.
That's a nightgown.
Brought to you by no other than, myself. I'm gonna make a difference. Hold on. Voice within, you ought to know. A physical impact statement. Let me put that on the report. Nah, fuck that shit. Let's go to item number 11. Now, in regards to Glenn Ballard in the Walk of Fame, I'm gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good. It's gonna feel real good. I'm gonna make a difference.
Uh-oh, kids are in
Gonna
there now.
make it right, Bob. That's why I want you to know
Mr. Herman,
that
speak to the agenda item.
Mr. Ballard's name and fame for writing the music for Michael Jackson, grab my nuts, aye, right? That's what I'm talking about. What do you get upset for? Am I not on item 11, CD 13, you prick? Hollywood Walk of Fame. There's no physical statement other than 42 U.S.C. 1983 politely, thank you.
All right. That's all the callers that I had on those agenda items.
Callers?
So let's go next.
Fool said callers.
Let's go next to the phones to speak only on items 10 and 11.
So everybody
And
else's
come
general
back to
comment?
General public comment after we take those votes.
So they're making everybody do the agenda item first, then general
Okay,
comment.
first caller, please.
They'll be back. Oh, shit.
First caller, which items would you like to speak on?
Morning, nerds and virgins. I can hear it. My name is Jason. I'm a Smoke a Scan viewer.
Go ahead, speaker, on items 10 and or 11. Okay, next caller, please.
Next caller, which items would you like to speak on?
Caller, which items would you like to speak on?
Hello? Hello?
Caller, you have unmuted yourself. Which items would you like to speak on?
It's true, Kevin.
Okay, next caller.
Next caller, which items would you like to speak on?
Let me guess, the sound is down on all the callers. It's funny how they've taken two and you didn't hear a sliver of anything. Let me guess, it's muted.
Go ahead on either 10 and
So
or
they're muting
11
them,
caller.
unmuting themselves, and they can't talk. Or we can't hear them because
next
of the
caller.
DEI sound guy. That's three that they've dunked, with not one. You're telling me
Next caller,
the
which
first three
items would you
people
like
have
to
no
speak
phone
on?
working? Sure. Here's number 4. DEI hire guy can't get it right. That's why you don't hire.
Next.
There's 4. 4 dunked.
Next caller, which items would you like to speak on?
That'll be number 5. At what point do you figure?
Caller with the last 4 digits,
Something's wrong here.
4439. Which
Maybe it's
items
the
would you like
DEI
to speak
hire
on?
next to me doing the audio. He's there because of
Please press star 6 to
color of
unmute
his
yourself.
skin, or because he has a vagina between his legs, or he's super gay.
Next.
You know? Which is it? That's 5. You're telling me 5 people all called in,
Next caller, which
waited in
items would you
line
like
for
to
an
speak
hour
on?
and 15 minutes, and none of their phones worked, huh? Got it. Got it. Here's number 6. 6 people dunked.
All right. It looks like somebody has tried to, fill up our phone queue with fake phone calls. So unfortunately, let's try 2 more times, and then we're going to move on.
Bullshit.
Next caller.
Fake calls. Mm-hmm.
Next caller, which items would you
Who
like
does
to
that?
speak
Oh,
on?
who's doing that? Fucking liar.
Caller with the last 4 digits, 2610. Please press
Fucking
star
bullshit.
6 to unmute yourself.
It's impossible. Unless you got a group of people that all did it and they
Mr.
all
Toronto,
got in.
Please don't shout out. Trust
Bullshit.
me, they do. Next speaker.
This idiot doesn't even have the phone. The
Next speaker,
the sound
which
up on
item would
these
you like
people.
to speak on?
You notice you don't even hear any rustling or anything. It's just dead quiet.
All right. We're going to close public comment on items 10 and 11.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you do it when you're a true communist.
Go ahead and take up item 11 first.
You tell me these
Would
people
members
aren't
wish to be
communists.
heard on this item?
Yeah, we got
Seeing none, let's
8
go ahead
people
and
to
open the
call
roll.
in, and every one of them was dead silent.
Close the
Makes
roll
sense.
and tabulate the votes.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Communist fuck. I bet he did, Brock. I bet you got in. And I'm sure you guys could hear it on their end, and then they just mute you and pretend like you're not there and that you're just fucking
All right,
around.
Thank you.
Because even when
that was
Spindler
12
does the
ayes.
thing, you can hear him doing this with his phone on his chest. All right? Come on. You're telling me you wouldn't hear anything from 7 different callers? Stop it.
Okay, so if we could take Mr. Price off the board,
Get the
please,
fuck
as we
outta
move
here.
To item number 10. Mr. Price recused on this item.
This
Do any
bullshit.
members wish to be heard on item 10? Seeing none.
Fucking
let's
bullshit.
Open the roll. Close
Right,
the roll
Jason? I mean,
and
it's-
tabulate the votes.
11 ayes.
It's a way to get around you guys. Pretend like they're taking the calls, which we know they're not.
Go
They turn them
next
down.
To general public comment.
Now everybody will come back up for general public comment when they could have just done this
Make your way to the
before.
left-hand side of
Now I
the
want to see
chambers.
when they go
You
back
don't
to
need
the phones
speak
for
in the
general
order that
public
I call
comment.
you, but please
If,
don't line up until I do call your name.
If the same
we'll
thing
start
happens.
with
Bet it does.
Sharon Paskey, Rose Driscoll,
Genitalia.
Kevin Jiang, Taylor Smith, Ray, Richard Serrano, Candido,
Out to Richard Serrano.
Melanie, Donald Harlan,
Oh, please let Donald Harlan be
Sophie.
there again. Please, I need more Donald Harlan on this. Will make my Friday.
Raul Claros, Ana Cuevas, and Daniel Delgado.
Please, I just need some
Good
more
one.
Donald Harlan in my life.
Speaker, you'll have 1 minute.
Hello, my name is Shannon Paskey, and I am a Jewish LAUSD educator. I am here today, along with my colleagues, to call on the Los Angeles City Council to take a clear stance against the genocide being committed against the Palestinian people
Wah.
by agendizing and supporting the ceasefire resolution introduced by Council members Hernandez and Rahman, Council File 24-0656. I teach my students about the Jewish Holocaust because I want them to learn the lessons of history. I want them to say never again to an entire group of people being dehumanized, scapegoated, and murdered simply because of who they are. Therefore, I call on you as our representatives to help end American complicity in the genocide happening now in Gaza. I, along with thousands of other Jews and around the globe, reject the idea that Jewish safety must come at the expense of Palestinian lives. Please stop the senseless violence. Thank you.
So you're a Jewish woman who basically
Next
hates
speaker,
Jews
please.
then. Basically, I got it. Thank you. Sit down. The safety of Palestinians are more paramount.
My name is
and more important.
My name is Rose Driscoll, and I am a member of United Teachers of Los
Got it.
Angeles and Healthcare Workers for Palestine LA.
Aw.
Both organizations are part of a
Palestine,
grassroots
LA.
coalition of more than 40 labor,
Fucking
interfaith,
moron.
and community organizations calling upon the Los Angeles City Council to pass the ceasefire resolution introduced by Council members Hernandez and Rahman, Council File 240656. Los Angeles must support an immediate and permanent ceasefire in Gaza, allow the flow of humanitarian aid into the region, and release Israeli hostages and Palestinian detainees. Thank you for your time.
Sit down, Bobby Brady. Viewer discretion is advised.
Brandenburg versus Ohio, U.S. 395, 444, 1969. Send
Thank you,
the Jews
Jason.
back to Israel. Save America. Why is kike Jews still sending bombs to destroy the lives of children in Palestine? Why are they encouraging hate? Why are they encouraging the United States to get involved in what is not our holy fucking war? For God hates you, you're going to hell. Snyder versus Phelps. Simplify fucking faggots. Simplify fucking faggots. It's Father's Day. Get a caucus, Kike. Kike, are you listening? Because if you are, get a pair of nuts between your legs and stand up for Israel and address the issues and stop being a little squatting little bitch. Because this queer is upset.
So he's admitting that he's a queer? This queer is upset? Which queer were you referring to? All right, yes or no, will we get a divest out of this one with the Palestinian starter pack?
Hello, Council.
council members.
Because she looks Palestinian.
My name is Taylor. I'm a special education teacher in the Los Angeles area. As an educator, my heart has broken so many times in the past 8 months. From the bombing of multiple schools where civilians were sheltering, to the destruction of every university in Gaza, to the deaths of irreplaceable professors, to the thing I can't get off my mind, the murder of countless numbers of children, children who remind me so much of my students, murdered along with their mothers, fathers, aunts, and uncles. I've been left speechless that this man-made humanitarian crisis is an issue that is up for debate. As someone who is trying to teach her students that is integral to every human life to promote dignity and the sacredness of education, I'm urging the council to agendize Council File 24-0656 and vote yes on the ceasefire resolution. Thank you.
No divest.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
What happened to divest? Is that word just stricken now? Is it?
Before the next
you guys
speaker
got your chant sheets?
Mr. Herman, you're disrupting the meeting.
Told you to stop
You've
using
been doing
divest.
gyrations behind the public speakers in an effort to try to distract the council's attention from the public speakers, and now you're shouting out in a way that is audible to us as they're trying to speak. Be quiet, sit down, or leave the chambers. Okay, he's out. Rule 12, exclude him from the meeting.
He's out.
Have a good day. You're done. Have a good day. Get out of our meeting. Pursuant to Rule 12, you're excluded. Candido, I'm sorry. No shouting out. I got this. I got this. I just did.
I got this.
Sorry about that. Next speaker, please.
Fucking communist.
Good morning, council members. My name is Ray Moore. I'm a business owner in District 13 and a member of the Los Angeles chapter of the Democratic Socialists of America.
Oh, Democratic Socialist piece of garbage.
To advocate today for agendizing the ceasefire resolution that my council member and others have presented.
I need to send you to
I'm
Palestine.
sure none of you ran for city council expecting to be asked to weigh in on one of the oldest global conflicts our world has seen. And it's my fear that you'll feel that's not a city issue. But billions of the tax dollars being earned here are being spent on a war that we do not support. And we believe that many, many workers being represented by this coalition believe that we do have the right and the responsibility to have an opinion that is clear and formal about how that tax money is being spent, namely for humanitarian purposes and for peace talks and the safe return of hostages. And we'd appreciate if you would agendize the resolution. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just once I want you to mention the word Hamas, but you won't. You don't have the guts, you socialist pig. Sit the fuck down, cunt.
Hello, council members. My name is Melanie, and I live in Los Angeles, and I'm a teacher here. I'm a member of LA Educators for Justice in
just
Palestine
commie socialist
and the
teachers.
Democratic Socialists of America.
Indoctrinating their
Both these
kids.
organizations are part of a grassroots coalition of more than 40 labor, interfaith, and community organizations calling upon the Los Angeles City Council to pass the ceasefire resolution introduced by council members Hernandez and Rahman, Council File 24-0656. The federal government is allocating billions of dollars to support Israel's military operations in Gaza at the expense of working families in U.S. school districts across the country, and schools that are on track to lose significant federal funding due to the expiration of COVID funding.
Aww.
As a teacher, I can see the clear need for good
Defund
quality,
your school would
well-funded
be a best
education,
thing.
rather than the funding of bombs and weapons used on children in schools in Gaza. So while the federal government is not listening to the majority of Americans calling for a ceasefire, we ask you to listen to us.
Thank you,
Thank
Hamas
you.
ginger.
Next speaker, please.
Another homegrown terrorist teaching your kids. That's why
Hello?
you should have them in homeschooled.
Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Daniel Delgado, and I am a resident.
Your
of
kids don't
CD5.
show up, they don't
I'm here
get
to give,
paid.
general public comment in support of the adopting the ceasefire resolution. Los Angeles must join major cities such as Seattle, Atlanta, San Francisco in taking a stand for peace. In Southern California alone, Pomona, Bell Gardens, Santa Ana, and multiple other cities have also passed ceasefire resolutions. Since
Bell
October
Gardens.
7th, Israel's ongoing and indiscriminate bombing of Gaza has destroyed entire residential neighborhoods, has displaced nearly 2 million people, and has killed more than 37,000 civilians, a majority of whom are women and children. Human rights organizations from all over the world have stated that Israel's actions amount to war crimes.
Oh, it's Hamas's
As the dire
numbers. Got
conditions facing Palestinians continues to worsen, support for a ceasefire globally continues to rise. It's past time for LA to join world leaders, humanitarian organizations, labor unions, and the global community in calling for an immediate and permanent ceasefire in Gaza. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Next speaker, please.
These morons actually think if they pass the ceasefire that Israel's going to put down their weapons because they said so.
Good morning.
Richard Serrano, General
funny.
Public Comment.
Too funny.
Paco Coriam, the reason I spoke out about the phone call is because I'm here because of your phone calls. We get censored, and like you know our voices, you know the names, so do the people that run that queue. So we do get screened and not called on. And no, the system doesn't work because I've been on the other side of that phone. It's no different. When you're on that side of the podium or on this side, you'll understand. I'm here because 9080 Woodman Avenue, we had another fire alarm or fire response this morning. We got homeless people living in the back. I got pictures, but Emila Padilla is not here today, but I've already talked to her staffers. I brought it up in city council. I don't want that place to go up in flames, and I already had mission division there to address the situation.
Thank you
Please,
very
somebody
much.
here.
Okay, I'm going to call a few more names.
I don't give a fuck about nothing in person, on the phone. He called it out right there.
Slater, Red Chief Hunt, Beth Clark, Alfonso H.
Red Chief Hunt. Great panderer, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Candido Maris, original founder of the Knights of Columbus, first Filipino council in Los Angeles. Investigative stops. I cannot believe that this council is even thinking about that. How many crimes have been stopped because officers were able to stop someone because they had a broken light, etc., and then find out something else was taking place? Yes, just a couple of weeks ago, I was stopped by an officer because he said I was interfering. But again, 10 stops later, how many speeders did he stop? The woman that showed up here on Wednesday and claimed that her son got a ticket and he wasn't on the phone. Sure, we all know her son's a saint and he wasn't on the phone. Please, please, you've handicapped the police department enough. You folks have made this city unsafe. Stop the insanity, and let's give some respect back to the police officers and make this city safe again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. President.
Next speaker, please. Good morning.
Uh-oh, got little kids in there.
Hello, council members.
Well,
My
Herman's
name is
gone.
Kevin, and I'm a resident of Los Angeles. I'm calling on the Los Angeles City Council to agendize and pass the ceasefire resolution introduced by council members Hernandez and Rahman, Council File 24-0656. Los Angeles must support an immediate and permanent ceasefire in Gaza, the flow of humanitarian aid into the region, and the release of Israeli hostages and Palestinian detainees. The call for a ceasefire is deeply and widely felt in Los Angeles. Students across all major LA universities have taken action and made their voices heard in protest of the genocide happening in Gaza. Workers at UCLA have gone on strike.
Wow.
And
hopefully they don't
the
ever
UC
come
system
back.
has used their unfair labor practices to silence the voices who want to end the genocide in Gaza. Please agendize the ceasefire resolution. Please pass the ceasefire resolution. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Hopefully
Next
those
speaker,
people that
please.
left on strike don't have their jobs when they come back. Hopefully they found a scab to do their job for half the price.
Good morning, council members. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to speak. My name is Debbie Slater. I am co-chair of the Silver Lake Neighborhood Council Urban Design and Preservation Committee, but I am speaking as myself today.
You're not
I
genitalia?
am very concerned about the infrastructure in Los Angeles in terms
Genitalia.
of all of the rapid building that is going on in all of our neighborhoods. I'm concerned that
Davis.
our aging systems
Hopefully.
cannot contain and support all of this rapid development. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Thank you, Council President Krikorian. My name is Charlie Mims, and I'm here today. I know you're doing an adjourning motion for our good friend Nina Sorkin, and I just wanted to say a few words. Her family's in the front row here, her son Stephen and his family, and then other friends.
We're not doing adjourning motions right now. We're
Nina
public
is
comment.
what I'd call a force of nature. She got me involved in the Relay for Life with the American Cancer Society, and I think some of you know that 20 years ago, I had cancer and been in remission since. She got me involved in the Silver Lake Neighborhood Council to moderate their candidate forum because she knew I'd been involved in the Greater Griffith Park Neighborhood Council. She got my wife, met her at the Community Police Advisory Board for the Northeast area. I had no idea how much Nina did because she never talked about herself. She talked about pulling people in to help do good things for the community. She's really going to be missed, and I'm sure by her family
Peeping
and all
Tom,
her friends.
Officer
Peep
Peep Tom.
You guys would just stand up. Thank you very much. There's a lot more we could all say about Nina, but we all have it in our hearts. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
Officer Peep Tom.
Next speaker, please. Good morning.
He's going to give me shit.
Good morning, Council. Mr. McAllister, thank you very much. I'm not in your district, have nothing to do with your district, but you guys did something very nice for me. I'm visually impaired. Here's some of my credentials. I needed help. Krikorian's office would not respond. One of your deputies took 1 minute of their time, got a hold of the Department of Disability and the city clerks, because I've been paying for the agendas to be done in Braille. For 5 months, Krikorian's office couldn't even deal with me. I did everything in writing, and their position was, so what? I just want to say thank you. I really do. Your office had no reason to do anything for me. As to you, Mr. Krikorian, your office is a piece of garbage. It's a bunch of trash. I'm visually impaired, and I just need something to be helped with, and nothing was done. What type of people do you hire there? Yeah, keep that sad face, probably.
Thank you.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. Usually he gets a lot louder, too. Oh, I knew that shit was coming.
Good morning, Red Chief Hunt. A. Park and Korean.
Oh, it's Red Chief
I
Hunt.
echo the same sentiments. Your office is no good. As president, you have not done your job down here, and you have ignored the people. You work for us. We don't work for you, and I can't say it any more better. And let me tell Karen Bass, stop writing senior citizens 35-cent tickets. You're making yourself look bad. Oakland versus the state of California. You'll lose every time. You keep on making yourself bad by writing senior citizen tickets, 35-cent tickets that it's not going nowhere. Your officers had to take me to jail one day. You know what? You're making yourself look bad. The judge said, I'd rather have your vote than a 35-cent ticket. You're not getting it. We the people that vote for you. And these kids don't vote for you now because your response time was so bad at that murder in Universal City. It took you guys almost like 35 minutes to get there. That's why that lady's dead. Let's blame it on the truth.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about.
As our next speaker is coming up, I'm going to call a few more names. William Ingram, Trish, John Public, and Ellen.
John Public.
Good morning.
I'm Beth Clark. I'm an LAUSD elementary school teacher. I'm a UTLA member and the proud mother of a 2024 high school graduate. As the students everywhere in the United States had the privilege of graduating and culminating, thousands of Palestinian children will never see that opportunity. This is evident when a school is bombed and the refugee camps are being targeted.
Tell Hamas
this is not a war. This is genocide. We need to be strong and take the stand to say no more. We need Los Angeles City Council to support a ceasefire, a permanent ceasefire. I am urging support for the resolution that Council members Hernandez and Rahman introduced, Council File 240656, and urge that it is placed on the agenda and that all members vote yes on this critical resolution. Thank you.
She needs to divest from Hamas.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Hello, council members. My name is Alfonso, and I'm a member of DSA LA, resident in Council District 10, and a member of UAW Local 872, which represents USC graduate student workers. I'm also here to strongly encourage you all to agendize the ceasefire resolution proposed by council members Hernandez and Rahman. and encourage all of you to support immediate permanent ceasefire in Gaza,
They're all
the
delusional,
flow of
Jimmy.
humanitarian aid into the region, and the release of Israeli hostages and Palestinian detainees. The call for a ceasefire is deeply and widely felt in Los Angeles, with the LA Fed representing 800,000 workers putting out a statement in support of ceasefire in March, as did UAW Region 6, representing all of California. My colleagues at USC and UCLA are facing disciplinary and criminal charges for peacefully protesting because we are horrified by what we are seeing, what our federal government is funding, and are using our collective strength to stand up to it in any way we can. Think about how monumental of an impact you can have by calling for a ceasefire in the second largest city in the United States. I encourage all of you to be on the right side of history. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Another divester. No divest today. How come? They all got a note.
Members. My name is Ellen.
Say
I'm a
divest or
resident
Hamas.
Of, Council or City District 5. I'm also a UAW 4811 member.
Oh,
like
commie.
others before me, I'm here to give public comment in support of the City Council adopting the ceasefire resolution introduced by Council members Hernandez and Rahman. 1.1 million people in Gaza are experiencing catastrophic food insecurity and famine, and over 20,000 babies have been born in Gaza since October 7th, with women giving birth prematurely due to extreme stress, trauma, and shock. 2.3 million Gazans have been internally displaced, and recently more than 1 million Gazans were forcefully displaced from Rafah, previously a humanitarian safe zone. It is intolerable that the U.S. should continue to support such a disaster. Collectively, we must choose to promote peace and compassion by passing this ceasefire resolution, which includes the call to allow humanitarian aid into Gaza. This moment in history will be remembered as a time when you, council members, have the opportunity to do the right thing, to prioritize peace over politics, and to listen to the voice of your constituents over the coin rattling of campaign contributions. Thank you.
If you had that many births, that would counteract your genocide. That they're all Hamas numbers.
Hello, my
they
name
don't
is
count
William
these.
Ingram,
They're not
and
okay. There's
I'm here
one,
to ask
two.
that the council
They don't go over that.
agendize the ceasefire resolution in Gaza. This morning, I Googled Nusrat massacre, and Google auto-corrected that to Nusrat rescue mission. This was the operation last weekend, which resulted in the rescue of 4 Israeli hostages, while killing at least 274 refugees in a designated safe zone and injuring more than 600 people.
Oh, well.
It's sad to see that big tech is already on board the propaganda war, but it's not surprising. The majority of all voters nationally are against U.S. participation in this war effort, and an even larger percentage of Democratic voters, but the national leadership completely ignores the wishes of constituents.
No, Michael.
So I think it's even more important
Democrats.
to push
They're low
back
IQ.
against these policies locally.
These are
and
morons.
request that a ceasefire resolution be put on the agenda soon, and to put an end to the strategy of delay, delay, delay. Free Palestine.
Thank you.
I mean,
Next
fuck
speaker,
Palestine.
Please. Good morning.
The other F word.
Hello,
Not free,
my name
fuck.
is Trish Hossein, and I'm here to ask, do you agendize the ceasefire resolution?
2 weeks ago, I saw the most horrifying image I have ever seen. A man holding his child's headless body as tents around them burned. The
Sure, it was
infant
a
had
doll.
been decapitated by Israeli bombs in what was supposed to be a place of refuge. 1 week ago, Israeli
think so,
and
meat.
United States military forces hid in what was supposed to be aid delivery trucks and slaughtered 270 Palestinian people in what they called a rescue mission to save 4 Israeli hostages.
Oh, well.
2 days ago, the Israeli government ran an ad stating there are no innocent lives in Gaza. The message was clear that Israel believes it is their right to kill everyone in Gaza. This is how genocide is enacted day by day, week by week. It is essential that we as a community take a stand against these atrocities. Thank you.
Well, you as a community, you and all your friends should just go over there and fight for it. Fight for it. Be about it. But you won't. You communist socialist pigs.
I want to recognize one of the outstanding, amazing LAPD officers. Last week, I was asking
June, right
Officer
here, you can get
Sabra,
it.
I said, when you are dealing with danger, when you are dealing with the whole crowd, when you are scared, what do you do? Officer Sabra said, it's because I know my partner, Officer Ilariaga, will always get my back. So I appreciate that kind of comments. I appreciate that kind of support. Mr. Ilariaga doesn't know. I was about to become a prostitute in the Figueroa. I was about to become a criminal. I was about to become a looter and a rioter. You are the one who drive me back and then tell me, go back to school, do not give up in life, and then continue to be a law-abiding citizen. So that's exactly what you did. Talking about making a difference, I don't know if you made a difference on anyone else. You certainly made a difference on me. You are my personal mentor. I never had a community safety partnership, but you are my community safety partnership. Thank you very much, Officer Ilariaga.
I love him.
Thank you.
I love him.
Go next to the phones for general public comment.
Let's see if the phones
Each
work
speaker will have
now.
1 minute for general public
Or if it's
comment.
9 more people that just have clogged up the line.
First speaker, please
Oh.
proceed. Speaker with the last 4 digits, 7137. Please press star 6 to unmute yourself.
Nothing. Quiet as can be.
So I just want to apologize to all the real people who actually want to provide comment to their city council that we have some people who prefer to, prank the council and disrupt the ordinary, course of our business by doing things like calling in, filling up our telephone queue with lines that just have no one who's willing to respond.
Sure.
So I apologize for those of you who are trying to get
Sure.
through. There's
Lying.
no technical problem on our end.
Liar.
This is just people who are
Liar.
trying to be disruptive.
No, you have a DEI
let's go
hire
to the next
who's
speaker,
literally, you can see him over there.
Yes,
Look at him in the
speaker,
top
please
left here.
proceed.
You can see him. Look at him. Right here. He's standing up
Speaker
working
with
now.
the last 4 digits,
Okay, you
3454.
can see him right there.
Please press star 6 to unmute yourself.
Fucking DEI hire, motherfucker.
Next
Nothing.
speaker.
Have you ever heard them all do that? It's
Next
bullshit.
speaker,
The people
please
that do
proceed.
that at least call to say something. He's a fucking liar. Piece
Speaker
of
with
shit,
the last 4
Krikorian,
digits,
KKK,
1964.
Krikorian.
Please press star 6 to unmute yourself.
Fucking piece of shit. Look at him. He's still up there trying to do his job. You see?
Next.
Next.
Next speaker, please proceed.
When have we ever had this? Ever. Not once, ever. 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 Look at him. Just
Speaker
put
with
his
the last 4
headphones back
digits,
on.
3784. You have unmuted. Please proceed.
Brown Act, their system's broken, and they're choosing to just pretend that we're not
That's,
speaking when we are. So they're intentionally cutting us off and preventing us from speaking. So the city council's blatantly violating the California Brown Act. Look it up. You can file a cure and correct to force them try to get them to hear public comment again. So I don't know if they can hear me. I don't know if council can hear me. Those on the phone are hearing the call-in comments. But I mean, if you can hear me, city council, the system was broken. We all tried to speak. You claimed we were not speaking into the phone, but you're intentionally cutting us off. If you can hear us, please reopen call-in comment for the agenda items, or you're going to start seeing some cure and correct complaints because you're specifically preventing us from speaking on agenda items.
Thank you very much.
your
Next,
victim-
thank you.
That's
Thank
it.
you. Next caller,
Kat, thank
please.
you for the huge donation. Kat, you sent me a message the other
Next
day
caller,
about
please
some
proceed.
warning, and I didn't. I saw it pop up when I went to go look for it. It wasn't there.
Yeah,
you,
it's
Kat.
Eric Previn from Studio City, California.
All of a sudden, it works now.
I'd like to speak on the
Look at him.
available items in the general public
All of a
comment.
sudden, it's working.
General public comment right now, Mr. Previn. 1 minute. Start his
Right,
time
but I
at
was
1
in the
minute.
queue for 10 and 11, and thank you, I'll go on. I was in the queue for 10 and 11, a vacation of city property, which is one of the ways that they circled in on Weezer, because they saw he was twisting people's arms to get people to donate to Rochelle's thing, and you won't let me speak on that because you pushed us all off into general, which you haven't been doing. But Mr. Krikorian, I know you're basically termed out and heading for the door, but you're putting the entire city council under great pressure because we are not forgetting what's happening. Everybody witnessed what you just did to all of the speakers on items today. It's appalling. So I would just encourage you to remember why they created the Brown Act. I know you like this 8:30 meeting this morning was a doozy too, as you're parsing and slicing the rules to govern yourselves, which has failed. It has failed. That's why there's more corruption in this city than almost any big city like it. We're leading. Chicago used to have a very nice presentation of corruption, but you're now leading. And it's your fault, sir, because you're the guy who stands around and pretends everything's okay. It's not okay. So I wish Yaroslavsky and
Thank
Hernandez.
you. Thanks
Soto
very much.
Martinez.
Next caller, please.
See, back-to-back calls at work now, all of a sudden, thanks to the DEI hire up there, who actually got off his ass and fixed it. Dumb fuck. And they blame it on you.
Caller with the last 4 digits.
See how those commies do it?
2610. Please press *6 to unmute yourself.
Hello, can you hear me?
Thank you again,
Yes,
Kat.
go right
It's a
ahead.
huge donation.
Hello, my name is Jonah Henry, and I would like to comment on the Santa Susana Field
Three all of a
Laboratory,
sudden
or
that got in and
SSFL.
worked.
LA City Council, along with environmental groups, supports a full cleanup to background at SSFL, meaning a cleanup that would restore the site to its original conditions. And in 2019, LA City Council passed a motion which explicitly promised that if DTSC tried to enforce a cleanup that was less protective than a cleanup to background, the city would intervene and file a lawsuit against DTSC. Last summer, DTSC released a PEIR document which sets the parameters for a cleanup that would allow large volumes of toxic soil and surface water to remain in place. This directly contradicts the city's position that the site must be cleaned up to background. Yet flash forward a year and the city has still done nothing to challenge the PEIR in court.
Okay,
in the meantime, DTSC has approved several technical studies that further cement its decision not to enforce a cleanup to background at great risk to human health and the environment. City Council promised in 2019 that you would sue if this happened. I kindly ask you to make good on that promise and sue now. Thank you.
Hopefully
Thank
everybody
you.
goes after
Next
him, Jack.
caller, please.
Sue
Next
the city
caller,
for
please
more.
proceed.
Fuck 'em.
Recently, a council member stated, ensure that public comment is as accessible and impactful as possible for constituents. I hope that that sentiment will be considered as you discuss wanting to have more in-depth committee meetings. Please restore telephonic public comment to City Council committee meetings. Please restore telephonic public comment to City Council committee meetings. Thank you for your consideration.
Thank you. Next caller, please.
That's 4 in a row that all of a sudden work now after
Next
he got
caller,
off his
please
ass and
proceed.
fixed it. Blamed it on you. Fucking piece of shit.
Caller with the last 4 digits. 1374. Please press *6 to unmute yourself.
People are disgusting. Notice how at least we hear something right there? Before we didn't hear nothing because it was down.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you. Go right ahead.
Hello. Okay.
Hi,
Hi.
baby.
My name is Julie Kornstein, and I'm a resident of Porter Ranch, which is less than 10 miles from the Santa Susana Field Lab. It's been about 65 years since the second largest nuclear meltdown in the United States history happened, making SSFL one of the most toxic sites in the United States. I'm calling today to ask that you keep your promise to sue the Department of Toxic Substance Control to clean up the Santa Susana Field Lab to background. The LA City Council voted on February 13th, 2019 to do so, and then later, August 22nd, joined with the Ventura County Board of Supervisors in Simi Valley to sue DTSC because the plan report will not be to background. More than 700,000 people live within 10 miles of that particular Santa Susana Field Lab. 1,500 former SSFL workers have been...
Thank you. I'm sorry, Julie. We only have 1 minute, but it's good to hear from you. Next speaker, please.
Next speaker, please proceed.
Bet you this one works.
Hi, my name is Jenny Nash.
5 in a
I'm
row.
with Parents Against the Santa Susana Field Lab. I'd like to echo what the last 2 speakers on SSFL said. And one thing I'd like to clarify is that
not our fault.
We appreciate the council's commitment to litigate if the cleanup agreements have been broken. We understand that you're probably being assured by DTSC that that has not happened with last year's release of the PEIR, the Environmental Impact Report. But what we want to assure you is that the agreements have indeed been broken. They are limiting the amount of soil that will be removed from the site, leaving over 60% of NASA and DOE's soil, contaminated soil on site, and over 90% of Boeing's parcel will be left contaminated. So we want you to sue. We want you to sue now. Suing piecemeal on decision documents down the road is way too
Not really,
costly.
Jimmy.
It's way too time-consuming, and people are still getting sick.
Thank
like
you very
playing
much.
video
Take
golf.
One more caller.
Last caller,
You know,
please
like
proceed.
video games, golf video games are fun.
Yes, this is Jason, and I'm a smoker scan viewer.
There's one.
Go ahead.
Thank you there, brother. Thank you for taking my call there for the, whatever many time it took to get in there. But I want to say it was up to the smoke scan community there, and I want to call for a ceasefire down on Figueroa, because the other day I'm down on Figueroa with this chick, and he asked me if I wanted to play Cowboys and Indians. I'm like, what the hell is that? Some kind of new slang for anal? He's like, no, it's head job. And I'm like, no, thank you, because it looked like she had already taken too many shots to the mouth to begin with. That, she had like, half dried up, bandages running down the side of her mouth there, and some of her hair. She had like baby batters, had her eyelashes stuck to her eyes. I've never seen that before, but I think we need to call the ceasefire so she can get herself together, get some electrolytes in her, clean herself up a little bit, and maybe, learn some, evasive maneuvers there, because he was taking way too many shots to the goddamn face. So if y'all
Thanks
want
very
to, help
much.
me out with this
Thank you
ceasefire,
very
big
much.
brother,
That
we
will
appreciate
close general public comment. Mr. Clerk, what's next
Shout out
before
to
us?
Jason Jenkins. He's a smoker scam viewer.
Without objection, posted and referred. Next.
The desk is clear.
All right. Members, are there any announcements?
He didn't like the ceasefire on Figueroa. I did.
On my left.
I want to call for a
Councilmember
ceasefire on
Dawson,
Figueroa.
An announcement? Councilmember Hernandez.
Thank you, Council President. Two announcements for me, that this weekend is the Feria Guatemalteca in CD1.
Now
Very
we're back to
excited,
their
on
bullshit.
6th and Lafayette Place. It's going to take place Saturday and Sunday, both days starting at 10, ending at 10. So I hope y'all can join us for some garnachas, some Guatemalan culture, Guatemalan art, folk dance, folklorico, and music. Also, we are opening up our first field office for CD1. It's on 6th and Bixel, so please join us. 2 p.m. is our program. We're going to have Mariachi Arcoiris there, the same mariachis that joined us. Food distribution.
I agree, Jimmy.
Activities for the kids. We're very excited to be able to open
Right next
that
to
office
Shaq and
out
Kobe.
in the Westlake neighborhood. I hope y'all can join us this weekend for the Guatemalan Cultural Feria and our office opening. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you. Mr. Harris Dawson.
A quick announcement. Congratulations to Councilmember Hernandez for the new field offices.
Funny enough as it
Tomorrow
is, how
morning,
homeboy got up and
on the
every
corner of Broadway and
single
Imperial,
phone call
where
worked
the
after he
8th
got up
District
and
and
put
the
his
15th
headphones
meet
on
will
and
be
figured out,
opening up
hey,
Isla
I don't have the
intersection.
callers.
It'll be
up.
our almost our 1,000th unit of
But it's you are getting
permanent,
pranked.
supportive or affordable housing that we've done during our time.
Awful people that
it is
prank
an
everybody.
all-shipping
Somehow
container
can call in and
housing
have 7
development,
different
the
lines,
first one of its kind,
all at the same
under
time.
HHH. So we're very excited to open that up tomorrow morning
Sure.
at 10 a.m. Broadway and Imperial.
Sure.
Very good. Congratulations. Other announcements?
That's impossible.
on
And even
my
if I
left?
said, hey, let's 7 of us go and
Any
call.
announcements
You think all
on my
7 of
right?
us are going to get picked? Come on. What's the odds?
Okay.
Come on. You didn't hear a fucking anything.
One
That
second.
fucking DEI higher up in the top left. You see him up there. Okay, this guy over here. He's up here. Standing up now, doing his job, I guess. Hopefully he's listening to Smoke and Scan on his other side.
Okay.
Bro, you need to
an
fire
announcement.
yourself.
The young man who's sitting here to my right,
But you're a communist
who will now
bastard like
stand,
them, I'm sure of it.
is Patrick Ma. And many of you know
Who is
Patrick
he?
because of his work here in helping me to run council meetings when he's here. He's been an instrumental part of our policy team, particularly working on environmental and other issues, ethics issues, and so forth. He's been very busy and productive in his time with us, and I'm both sad and proud to report that Patrick
Oh, for
is
sure,
going to
Tim.
be leaving us. Today is his last day on the job because he's been
He
accepted
can't wait to
and
get
will
out
be
of here, I bet.
attending Yale Law School. So I just wanted to congratulate
Yale,
Patrick
huh? Law
and
school?
wish him the best
Oh, boy.
and present him with this certificate.
These parasites are disgusting. Yes, Jimmy. You hit it right on the head. I wouldn't even want a commendation or
Congratulations,
honoring
Patrick,
of
and
anything
thank you very much for your
from
service
them.
to the city.
I wouldn't
All right.
want anything from them.
If there are no other announcements, Councilmember McOsker?
All I want for them to do is just go away.
Actually, I pressed my button because I wanted to make sure my motion got in. It got in, but I do have a couple of announcements.
Well, let's make sure.
Each one
Is
more
it-
disgusting than
has
the
it been
next.
circulated? Okay, we're
Circulating, good. But a couple of announcements. Tomorrow morning in San Pedro at 7th and Mesa, we're going to be dedicating First Responders Square next to what is a gathering place for many of our first responders around a business called Sirens that honors a lot of our fallen firefighters and police officers,
You
including
mean like the ones you fired that didn't take the shot
on
for
Monday,
you? Like those
So
people?
that'll be First Responders Square. On Monday,
Got it.
we are going to be dedicating a square to
Look at that
Sweet
jack-o'-lantern
Alice Harris
fucking smile.
in Watts.
Looks like a
It'll
jack-o'-lantern.
be on Lou Dillon. Everyone knows where she lives, on Lou Dillon, right at Santa Ana. And so we're going to have a really nice event on on Monday morning with Sweet Alice and the extended family.
It is a joke, David.
Terrific. Thank you.
And the reason it's a
All right.
joke is
Any
because
other
it's all
announcements, ma'am?
one-sided. It's all Democrats, no
Okay.
Republicans.
Last
There's no
chance.
opposition to any of this.
Seeing no other
That's the problem.
announcements, I'd like
Absolute
to
power
ask that we
corrupts
all
absolutely.
rise,
Isn't that what they
please,
say?
for adjourning motions.
There you go.
And I'd like to recognize Councilmember
And
Harris.
that's really what it's about.
Thank you so much, Mr. President and members. Colleagues, today I ask that we adjourn our meeting in the memory of a great artist of our community, one Mr. Richard Wyatt, Jr. Mr. Wyatt leaves an indelible mark on California's artistic and cultural landscape and beyond. His art is always rich with history and culture. He was born here in the county in Linwood and raised in Compton
Yeah, the
and
audio guy
Baldwin
killed us,
Hills.
Oscar.
Attended LAUSD's
And they blame it
own
on you.
Fairfax
That's the
High
best
School
part. That's what makes it
and
really
went on
rich.
to get a Bachelor of
You're
Fine
the
Arts
problem.
from UCLA.
Oscar, you and me.
His early
Us.
start in
We
the art
are the problem,
world was at
not
the
them.
Watts Tower Art Center. And that opened the door to a long
We
road.
do need a Figaro
as an art
ceasefire. I think
contributor.
Jason
he went
is right.
on to attend Schunard and the Otis Art Institute.
I'm gonna divest
this
from Figueroa.
education were platforms for great artists like Charles White and others who served as his mentors. He participated in 1972 in LACMA's A Panorama of Black Artists.
Exactly what it is,
It
Tony.
was an exhibition that was a pivotal
These aren't
moment
good people.
and set the stage for a remarkable
Bunch
career
of
on his
socialist
part.
commie
He
clowns.
produced art for over 30 years for the public and
Knee-bending
private spaces
DEI
alike.
hires.
He was featured in films, televisions, and documentaries.
Most of them are
We've
in
all
their
seen his
positions
work,
because they're gay,
Mr. Wyatt's
they're
City of
black,
Dreams
they have a
River History
vagina,
mural,
whatever.
which was commissioned
Not
in
because they were the
1996
best gay,
and is
black,
now
or
displayed
vagina-having
at
people.
Union Station up the street. A few of his
And you tell me,
most,
why is there zero
notable
Republicans?
murals
Why
are
is there
Cecil,
zero
which is located
independents
at the Watts Tower,
on that horseshoe?
Hollywood Jazz at
How
the
come?
Capitol Records Building, and Fathers of the Ontario Airport, which our LAWA commissioned for the Ontario International Airport. In addition to his contributions,
That
in
is
public
why the
art,
city is shit.
Wyatt
Nothing get
generated a
fixed
significant
because you have a bunch
portfolio
of
paintings,
DEI
drawings
hires
that were regularly
trying to
featured,
run a city and they can't
across
even
the
run their
United
own
States and the
checkbook
world.
properly.
Beyond his visual
They can't balance that
artistry,
shit.
Wyatt
Think they're gonna balance
significantly impacted
an
music.
entire city's
He
budget?
wrote songs for
Good
artists
luck.
like the Silvers, the Miracles, and New Edition. He is survived by his wife, Joyce Wyatt, his parents, Richard and Ruby Wyatt, his daughters, Markeisha Wyatt Simmons and Yolanda Wyatt. We want to
Yes, Eve.
welcome
The
them here
idiot
and thank them
morons
for,
who come in and tell you to
sharing with us.
divest and
Markeisha is a
and
deputy city
ceasefire
attorney
now.
with
Those
the
idiot morons
City
vote
of San
for them.
Diego, so she was kind of
Not
checking
all
out
of us.
our
I've never
digs
voted for any
today.
of these fuckfaces.
We thank them for
In
joining
fact,
us. And,
just to be a dick,
ask
anything
that
that
he
has an
rest
R
in the
next to it,
beauty
I'm putting it.
And inspiration and peace that he provided so
I don't
many
give a
of us
fuck
with
how good or
over the
bad these
course of
people
his
think
career.
they are. And it doesn't matter
very much.
because you have a bunch of communist clowns that vote for them living here.
Councilmember De Leon.
That's another reason why this place is shit.
Thank you very much.
But don't think that it's all that way because there's plenty of people that live here that feel just like me. They may not say it like I do,
meeting in honor of a
but they feel
true
just like me.
icon That's no other than Johnny Canales, who sadly passed away just yesterday.
I'm driving you
Johnny
to smoke.
Canales was born in 1947 in central Trevino, Nuevo León, Mexico, and was a distinguished Mexican-American television host and musician. Many of us remember him for his groundbreaking work on the Johnny Canales show.
Oh, I'm sure.
which aired
They
from
both
the
can be bought,
1980s
right?
for
But
those who remember
when you have
through
a
the
power
early
of people that are all in
His
one
show was a
side, it's
beacon
easier
for
to be
Tejano
more
as well
corrupt.
as regional Mexican
It's
music,
easier to
providing
pass
a
it,
crucial
you know,
platform
things
for
that
many
you want
artists, including the
legislation that just
legendary
flies through because everybody rubber
who had
stamps
her
it,
first
licks each
major
other's
exposure
ass.
ever to
Well,
the
if
world
I
on
voted
the
for your
Johnny
shit, you
Canales
better vote
show.
for my shit.
Johnny was not
And that's
just
why
a
it's always
television
almost
host, he
yes,
was a
every
dynamic
time, all the way across the
personality
board, almost
known
every
for his
time.
unforgettable catchphrase, "You got it, take it away." His energy and dedication to promoting Latin music and culture made him a beloved figure in countless households.
That's why we went from a windfall to a deficit
He was a
like that.
trailblazer who opened doors for many Latino artists and created opportunities that were previously unimaginable. Here in Los Angeles, a city with the largest Latino population outside of Latin America, his influence resonated deeply. He inspired many.
Yeah, they were talking about that weed.
With talent and determination and success, that success was within reach. Johnny Canales' contributions to Latin music and culture have left an indelible mark.
You know,
and
instead of
his
people
legacy
having
will
to
continue inspire
watch,
future
you know,
generations.
2 women or
His
2
work
men
has
fucking a
enriched the
car in
cultural
front of their
tapestry
house.
Of our city and beyond. And
They
finally
put those
today,
signs up so these
adjourning
people
his
can't
memory,
keep driving
let us
around and
reflect
doing
on
that
his
kind of shit.
incredible achievements and
So then
the
it's
joy he brought to so
targeting.
many. Our thoughts and prayers are with
And that's
his
why
family,
they did
his
that.
loved ones during this difficult
And it's
time.
funny how,
May
again,
he rest in
you know,
peace,
gay people are celebrating their sexuality, not who they are as a human being. Apparently, all they are is just gay. Apparently, it's what I see.
Just go to YouTube,
You know,
look
I'm
up
much
the
more than
Canales,
just a straight guy.
introduce all those groups,
And I never wear a shirt that says straight. You don't need to wear the shirt that says queer. We can tell.
He said, "You got
Okay?
it, and take it away." So with
When
that,
is Straight Pride Month? But that, Damon, that's every day. But is it? We don't have a day or a month where we have a literal parade that celebrates our straightness. Because we don't need it. Why are you celebrating sexuality? Your sexuality is your own business.
Colleagues, it is with a heavy heart
Okay?
that I ask to adjourn
Do what you
today's
want to
council
do.
meeting
I'm
in
not
honor
saying
of
don't
Nina
do it. Do what
Sorin
you want to do.
of Silver Lake, who passed away at
But
the
I'm
age
not
of
going to
80
celebrate
last month
sexuality
on
like
May
it's your
9th.
religion or
We're
it's your,
joined here
you know,
today
your
by her
ethnic
friends and
background.
family,
It's not.
sitting in the front row.
It's your sexuality.
We all know Nina as a proud first-generation
And that's it.
Californian. Her parents
That's the way I
immigrated
look
from
at it.
Mexico to San Fernando Valley, where she lived until she moved
When
to
when's
Silver
the,
Lake
when's
with her
Straight
beloved
Parade?
husband,
Is
Alfred,
the
more than 50
is
years
the
ago.
Rose Parade the
Above
Straight
anything
Parade?
else,
I didn't
Nina
think
was
so. I thought it was the
passionate about
Tournament
helping
of
others.
Roses.
She was
Has to
appointed
do
by
with the
Los Angeles
flowers.
City Commission for the Status of
Hmm.
Women by Mayor Tom Bradley,
Hmm.
where she served for
Funny.
a decade and helped develop a city campaign to bring awareness about women and AIDS.
Fucking
Nina was
dumb.
also involved with the American Cancer Society Relay for Life. for
Finally,
over
Damon
15
said it.
years,
What? I've said that
helping with Relay for
before.
Life events in Pasadena, Griffith Park, and in Hollywood.
We should have a straight pride. I
During
mean,
her
what's really
17
the
years on
point,
Los Angeles
Bella?
County Commission for Children and Families,
I mean,
Nina
it's
established a
it's
healthy
just dumb to
nutrition
celebrate
program for
somebody's
children in foster
sexuality.
care, and was a member of the
This is
Child
stupid.
Court Committee to improve child visitation. She volunteered at the Bellevue Recreation Center, served on the Bellevue Park Advisory Board, and championed the importance of language development in small children through her involvement with the Children Planning Council and First 5 LA. And if that, and if
You know,
that
you do
wasn't
you.
enough,
Nothing wrong with
Nina
being
was a
gay, but all I'm
dedicated
saying
and
is
omnipresent
celebrating
member of
it
the Silver Lake
and
Neighborhood
pushing
Council.
others to
Her immense
identify
empathy
and
her love
celebrate
for
it.
all people, in particular for those
Okay?
among us
And
with
wasting
the most-
city
in most
funds,
need of love and
taxpayer
support,
city funds
were
to
only
put
part
on
of
all
the
these
reason
things
she was
because you're
presented
gay.
with the 2018
Well, where's the
Woman
ones
of
for the
Year
straight
award
people?
by Congressman Adam
Just saying.
Schiff of California's 28th
You're
Congressional
gonna waste funds. Let's waste funds then, I guess.
I think that every council member that has represented Silver Lake for the past 3 decades
That's
knew
the way I
Nina
look at it.
personally, including myself, including Councilmember Rahman, who represented Nina before redistricting. We all knew her personally. Those bonds are truly a testament to the commitment Nina had to her community.
Because
Nina's
again,
friends would tell you
they
that
say
she
they're
was
being
generous,
targeted.
loving,
Well, you're
passionate, and
targeting
an
me
amazing
by
representation
by
of
me not
everything we
bending the
strive to
knee
be
to
in our
you.
communities.
You're now
She
targeting me
inspired
as the
people
bigot.
every single day to do more, to show more love, not only with our words,
wrong?
but every single action that we take. May Nina rest in power, and may she rest in peace.
That's fine, Singh. That's what I'm saying. And again, they can do as they please. Nobody's telling them to not do that.
And serve the city
Be as
well.
gay
Happy
as you'd
Father's
like. All
Day
I'm
to
saying
the
is don't
fathers
waste city
here in the
funds
council
telling,
chambers and throughout
having,
our city.
you
This
know,
meeting is
parades and this, that, and the other, and months, and lighting up City Hall and all this other shit, virtual signaling. Okay, unless you're going to do it for everybody. I want to see Straight Pride Month, if that's what we're going to do. that's what we're going to do. We're going to waste money. Let's just waste money and get it over with. Okay? I mean, that's really the way I look at things. It's really plain and simple. And again, this isn't a religion. This isn't, you know, ethnic background. This is your sexuality, like what you like to have, who you like to have sex with. Bro, No, it's hold on a second. Hold on. Nothing but chicks in here. Holy shit.
I got a boner.
Bro, look at her. She's already ready. Bro, is there a guy in there? Hopefully not, but I don't see one. Why can't we always have it this way? Got another bride in there. She rolled in with two brides to be. Let's get it. Let's get it. That's what I'm talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, it's wall to wall.
Pussy.
Let's get it. So that's all I say. Okay? That's all I say. You be as gay as you like. There's nothing wrong with it. All I'm saying is don't make everybody pander to you. Okay? I don't give a fuck how gay you are. I don't care about your parade. I don't want a parade for straight people. I want everybody to just stop celebrating sexuality and stop wasting city funds. Now, again, if you want to get together as a big group of people, waste your money and get a hall going and dance and celebrate and do all that shit, be my guest. All it's going to do is spur our economy. I'd love that. But when the city taxpayers have to pay for it, and you have to identify and accept it, you're forcing it down my throat. Don't force it down my throat. I don't need to see the LA Kings gay jerseys. I don't. I'm going to see the Kings because they're the Kings that play hockey, not because they're straight men. I could give a shit less if they were all gay. Okay? Gay or straight, I don't care. I don't go there to see them because they're straight. I don't go there to see them because they're gay. I go to see it because it's a sport. That's it. That's why I like it. It has nothing to do with sexuality, but I get it. Gay people always have to make it about their sexuality in a sense. And I'm not saying all gay people. I shouldn't say that. But there's a whole lot of them that have to have it that way. You know? And that's all I say. Because there's plenty of gay folks that are gay. You'd never know it. Get out, work hard every day, not worrying about going to gay pride places and all that shit and just live their lives great. There's plenty of those folks. In fact, the problem is there's more of the others. And that's it. And one more thing before I stop ranting. I don't care who you are, gay or straight. Straight or gay. You should never be talking to kids about their sexuality. Okay? I don't give a fuck who you are. Until they're over 18, you're not their parent. And if you're not their parent, you shouldn't be talking to them about any kind of things. They come to you and want to talk to you about it. You say, hey, go talk to a guidance counselor. Maybe you should be talking to your parents about this. That's it. Leave the kids alone. Kids shouldn't even be worrying about their sexuality when they're fucking 12. They shouldn't be worrying about that, gay or straight. They should be worrying about studies and having fun as a kid. That's it. I'm a good dad. I'm not a dad. I mean, I guess a dad just stinks, but it's just, that's the way I look at it, you know? How long till a cat fight breaks out? No, they're gonna have fun. You know, that's just the way I look at it. It's a weird world, man. You don't pander, you're the bigot. Oh my God, I didn't get a harumph out of that guy. He's a bigot. It's just hysterical. It's fucking hysterical. Well, yeah, Father's Day is what? Sunday. Sunday be Father's Day. Not today. Did my community remove the U-turn signs? Well, I don't have any U-turn signs here. Besides, I live in a place that's almost every street here is a cul-de-sac. So, yeah, I like it because that way you don't have traffic coming through all the time. The traffic that comes through is here for a reason. Either they live here, or they're delivering something here, or they're working here. And that's why I like it. I moved from a place that probably had that kind of shit up there in Hollywood to over here. So, yeah. And again, they took it as, you know, those signs being strictly against gay folks. It's not. Because in Hollywood, off of Sunset, there was a huge hooker problem. That used to be the original Figueroa, for the ones who don't know. Sunset Strip used to be the original Figueroa. There used to be a Pioneer Chicken up there. It had a huge patio. And you'd have the pimps who would buy something from Pioneer Chicken, sit there, even with a cup just a drink and watch all their ladies. So that way the cops couldn't bust them for loitering or pimping or anything else. They're enjoying a meal as far as you're concerned. Yet they're watching all the women on the corners. Okay? And that's what it truly used to be until Hollywood. And then Hollywood put all these signs up. After 10 o'clock, you can't make a left or a right here on these little streets. Why? Because people would go around and around and around and around and around and around looking for all the ladies. Same thing in the gay community. Okay? So they took it as, oh, well, you're only put that sign up because I'm gay. Well, no, it's because they don't want people fucking meeting in front of their house and then fucking in a car in front of their house and leaving condoms and having to have their kid look out the window and see that kind of shit. That's it. And that's it. It wasn't... They did it for straight folks. They did it for the gay folks. They did it because they didn't want basically lewd acts out in the street. Because conducting a lewd act out in public technically is illegal. Regardless of your sexuality. Whether you're trisexual, bisexual, gay, straight, fucking... what's the other one? The polyamorous. Whatever the fuck you are. Okay? It is illegal. And people don't want people fucking in front of their house. I don't know anybody who wants that. I don't want it. I don't want to go outside and see two people fucking, guys, girls, anything. I don't want to see it. So, yeah. All right, Terry, have a great one. I'll see you later on Friday. Oh, later today. Happy Friday. And that's just the way I look at it. This is dead even. And again, of course, they take it as, this is targeting us. Well, it's targeting everybody. It doesn't say only gay, no turning for gays after 10 o'clock. Now, if it said that, then I'd say, yes, you're right. Or only straight people can turn at 10, past 10. But those signs don't say that. They don't. And that's all I got to say. Sad, weird world we live in. Where sexuality just dominates everything about them, in a sense. Like, you can't just be the person that you are. It's your sexuality comes first, then your religion, and then your ethnic background, and then your economical background, I guess. It's just weird how it's pushed to the top. So, I find that funny. But, shit, yeah. Yeah, it's crazy, RS. I just think it's, that's the world we live in, and it's a strange world. And here it's even worse because you have progressives who love to pander to everybody, and they think they're inclusive. They say they're inclusive, but go to a gay parade and go wear like a Trump hat and go see how they act to you. See how inclusive they are. See how loving they are. That'll show you. So, that's my saying for tonight. And Santa Monica Boulevard was the hostro for the dudes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You had Santa Monica, you had Sunset, and I'm assuring you, if you went up to either of those streets that you just mentioned, you would probably see those signs if they haven't been taken down. Like they were in Silver Lake, I think it was. Because that's where this whole conversation started. Silver Lake took their signs down. So, yeah. So they basically are saying, hey, it's okay to come and fuck in front of people's houses again. And drive around all night long. Looking for a guy or looking for a girl. That's okay now. Which, again, doesn't help property value. You work hard for your home. And these people help deteriorate the value. Doesn't make it so easy to sell. Okay? Same shit. So, is what it is. There's no diversity. They love diversity, I think. I don't know. I mean, but look, they want diversity. Democrats, people that vote Democrat that are diverse. They don't want Republicans or independents that way. They don't want you. Unless you bend the knee in their way, when they say it, how they say it, you ain't a part of it. That's it. I mean, this is just real common shit. This is again, like I always say, it doesn't take a Mensa member or rocket scientist to figure this shit out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out. At least we got something in. I loved how Krikorian, the crook, decided to blame everything on the just the random callers that were taking up the queue versus the idiot who couldn't figure out how to turn up the volume so we could actually hear the callers as they were unmuting themselves because they were on mute due to the DEI hired dummy. So, having said that, you know, that was just proof in the pudding that they're just nothing but fucking liars. And that's how they do you. But, all right. Let's gather tonight at 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for all the huge donations, the likes, the love, the thumbs ups. They work and they're free. I appreciate that. And other than that, I guess have a fantastic day. If you can't join us, I understand. Have a fantastic weekend and happy Father's Day if I don't see you. To all the fathers out there, please give your father a hug, a kiss. Just tell him you love him. And I guess that's it for now. On behalf of Stink Bomb, who's over there, and myself, I'll see you guys a little bit later. Have a great day.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Bye, y'all.